throughout. From
Ow.
bumps and spooky things to blights that Kaylin had very much fallen in love with at like first sight because they were so cute.
The babies.
They babies, yes.
Wasn't just me.
Yeah, pretty much. I think you all like them. But you all had eventually encountered Agatha, who more toyed with you than anything else. She didn't really attack, save to take a swing at Lothar and to give Jaraxxus some parting words. But it all seemed, now that you are all catching your breath after the fact, less like she was seeing you as a threat and more of playthings. Like, the only significance she saw in you was the amusement she could get. As you all gather and figure out what to do next, in the middle of the night, with the horses still quite spooked from the entire encounter, pulling on their reins from where they've been tied up, what do you guys do? Remember, it's the middle of the night.
We need to start beginning an idea of a long rest.
Get dinner, go home.
I don't know about everybody else, but I kind of burned through a little bit.
Yeah.
We're gonna rest.
I mean, I say we should probably check the town first, walk around, make sure everything's fine, there's not anything else creeping about, then yeah, rest for the night.
Alright.
You want to pull up the map of the area?
Yeah, I can do that. Thought I had already done that, but I thank you for telling me, because I was sitting there looking at the map without y'all on it.
Buddy.
Yeah, we need to corral the horses up. And I would assume our best bet right now would be to everybody bunk up in the same house right now.
Yeah. If you want to, it looks like the biggest of them is over that little cliff face.
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright. I assume you all are going to look for danger before you just walk in.
You know
it. Lothar teleporting back out. If one of you would like to give me a perception check.
Typically not this guy. Definitely not that guy.
Alright. Obi, it seems like everything's safe.
What about my
Lothar.
perception? This guy
Lothar.
knows what he's doing.
As you look around the house, you realize Obi was incorrect. It's not all clear. There happens to be a couple of rats in the corner.
My dear boy, if you did not pay more attention, we might have been nibbled on our toes throughout the evening.
It's just a couple of rats.
If you see two, why did I just do your accent? What the fuck? My dear boy, if you see two, there's at least 10 more hiding in the shadows.
Which is correct. With that 23, you are also able to hear the scuttling in the walls.
Yuck.
May I suggest for our personal safety and hygiene, we select a different house in order for us to bunk into.
Alright. You pick it this
What's your
time.
name?
I can suggest we go to my old house.
Are you sure you're not gonna have a traumatic flashback while we're doing that?
Hey, rude. PTSD's the thing, okay?
I'm just asking. It's already happened once where you fucked off with the horses. I don't want you to wake up in the middle of the night and be like, we're gonna fuck your exes go.
I do have one curious thing, though, because I want to check out that noose you said fell from the roof before we bunk up really quick.
Yeah. So you go into the house where it was. Does anybody come with you? Do you want to bring anyone along?
I mean,
Plus-
Lothar,
For safety, I will accompany.
he's the one accustomed to magical things and the sort.
All right. Yeah. You walk along and you go into the house. You do find the noose sitting there on the ground, the ends of it seeming like it's been frayed as if a body had broken it under its weight.
Dude, I found a, like, green.
Now, do you notice anything about it? Because Obi mentioned that it was strangely heavy or something like that.
I cast detect magic.
Uh,
There you go.
all right. Real quick, I need to look at stuff before
Mhm.
you are given anything. That's not the thing I was trying to click. That's the thing I was trying to click. You. Okay, so, things that you see. The noose is magical. Doesn't seem to have much other than very, very faint, almost a mix of transmutation and necromancy magic on it. But, like, the enchantment on it does not really give off a lot of power. It's almost as if it's fading. Only
Kinda
a
like,
wisp.
kinda like it was put in there as a party trick.
Pretty much.
10-4.
And that inkwell that you picked up has conjuration magic on it.
Well, we had already established that part. 'Cause I
Oh,
did-
we did?
Yeah.
Well, then me trying to open your sheet for that was pointless.
Where did I put it down? I put special inkwell.
Yeah.
I don't think I put anything, but I remember it being conjuration magic on it, though.
Yep. Other than that, doesn't really seem to be too much.
Hey,
My dear boy, this news does have a faint
you there?
amount of magic on it, but it is the type of magic that you will see at a child's birthday party, not necessarily a type of magic in which harm is induced.
Stomach's not hurting as bad. I'm just like.
Okay,
wow,
never mind
you know
then.
what I mean?
With him saying it was oddly heavy, I was wondering like if it's like a section of unbreakable rope or something like that could come in handy.
It might be used for some weird sex dungeon purposes, but outside of that, I do
Yeah.
not see anything of sorts.
Slowly,
Hey, Mom.
Jiraxis takes it and saves it for later. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, he is a horny guy, if you get my drift.
Because I started my.
Okay, never mind. We can carry on. If it's nothing special, nothing fancy, I don't feel like it's worthy to drag a noose with us and untie it.
Because you know how blood has an iron smell to it? I'd always get like that heavy iron
Alright.
smell when I'm on my period. And my ovaries would always cramp.
So,
Well, this time, like,
you all are going
I
to
didn't have that
take a
smell.
rest.
My period blood was like really watery.
Triss, I will assume you are in your old place,
And I was having
or your
cramps,
place that
like,
you've been in, I
Isn't
should
it
say.
burned down?
almost like a bell,
It's
like,
burnt. It's
on
not
my
burned
belly,
down.
like a wide bell,
You were able to
like,
put you all were able to put the fire out for them.
deep in, like, my belly
Okay,
button, so I
then
was
yeah.
wondering if that was just like a random period, or
Does anybody else
like I
have a
had,
place that they would like to stay? Draxus in his old home.
No,
I figure I
like,
should
it's
call
not
for
like,
Lennar to follow me.
maybe, I don't know.
I was gonna.
I didn't know.
Lenar pokes his head out.
Yeah, like, that's what I was thinking.
Very
Oh, it's a
spooked.
cyst. I'm like, well, usually your baby, or like if you're gonna start
Is
having
it
a baby,
clear?
usually it's like right behind your belly button. I'm like, it's like a deep.
As
It
about
was,
as
like,
clear as
right
it can get. I
behind
think
my
you should
belly.
probably come with me to my home over here.
So,
Sorry, I wasn't much of a help in that fight.
it's like nothing feels right.
Chris, is it okay if I bunker down inside yours? I feel safety in numbers, and if we split our numbers too thin, it could be difficult for us in an encounter.
And I misperioded or something because my implant. Like, I don't know.
Triss?
Hmm?
That was directed towards you.
I'm sorry. I was getting a headband because my hair was annoying me.
That's fair.
What?
Triss, is it okay if Ginkgo and I rest within your walls in order to provide safety in numbers so that in case encounters do incur, we are not outnumbered?
Wait. Make yourselves at home.
Doing a lot better than I am.
My thanks entirely.
Alright. So, everyone has a place that they are staying for the night, I see. Unless if I'm missing anyone. Who would like... Actually, I should say, are you guys still taking watches now that you have walls around you?
I mean, yeah, most definitely. You know, there's no true comfort in out in the wilds.
Alright. Who would like to take second watch? Because Draxus had taken the first, and that's when everything
Yeah,
happened.
when you,
I'll take second.
Alright.
Third.
right.
Okay. Anyone would like to take fourth?
I'll do fourth.
Alright. I need some rolls.
Uno momento por favor.
Of course.
Trying to check, make sure how long that lasts.
What, guidance?
No, like
Yeah.
1 hour. Okay,
Oh.
cool. So I can just recast it in an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm basically going to put cast light onto like a rock and kind of toss it about right. Put the rock about right here in this area,
Okay.
and that way it
Lighting
just
up.
kind of illuminates the area.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough done. Plenty of rocks around to do that. With that, your disadvantage will be canceled out for your perception check, since you are
Yeah.
blind in the
Well, what
dark.
you need to do is you need
Will
to
you also be
just
adding guidance
solid
to your rolls?
for a few days straight and just
Yes, you can
relax.
spam guidance throughout the entirety of your check,
Because when
throughout the entirety
my
of your
back
watch.
really messed up, I have to be on
It
my
does not
super
make your
relaxers
watch, like,
for
it does not tire you out.
And I have to literally
I don't think I have
not
guidance.
hardly climb the stairs, not hardly do
Oh.
anything, and then
I've been the one
Giraffe?
casting guidance, but can I do that if I'm asleep, technically?
No, you cannot.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
don't
say,
have-
like, that'd
I
be a
don't
bit
have guidance
broken.
as well.
I'm just so used to clerics always packing guidance. I apologize.
No, it's alright.
Or technically, could I cast it on him and then go to bed?
I mean, you can, but it's not going to give him any bonuses throughout the entire 2-hour watch.
yeah,
Fair.
So pretty much,
Alright, Lothar, make me a perception check for your
you got
watch.
your muscle pain, you got your tendon pain, your skeleton pain is there's
Could not be worse.
nerves
You got
floating
this.
on like your muscles
It's quiet.
tendons to your skeleton.
You don't
Sometimes
feel like
Peacefully
there's
quiet.
anything.
Man, just so
sometimes
unbelievably
nerve
quiet.
endings get overactivated and it
You don't
causes
feel like
pain.
there's
So
anything
it's
that
like when you're randomly
is too much of an issue. There
yeah,
was
like when you're
the
randomly sitting and sometimes like your
occasional
toe or your foot will get like a sharp
harumph
stabbing
from one
pain
of the
and it's not
horses
your
that are
foot, it's
still
your foot, it's like
very
your
much
bone of your foot,
not
that's what
terribly
or that's what's
happy with
causing
their
it.
situation. But other than that,
Yeah.
your watch
gotta take
seems
it
to go by quiet enough.
I've had 2 rolls, one in that 20 and one in that 1. I don't know what to think of this right now.
Who would like
Well,
to take second watch? Was that Obi?
well, I mean, Lothar was technically second watch, and I called third. So...
Or sorry, third watch?
Yep.
Alright. Lothar, you can go back to your bed for the night. Alright, Obi. Where are you going to post up for your watch?
Oh, guess I'll just travel the main road.
You're just gonna walk back and forth?
Yep.
Alright.
Hopefully
Make
the
me-
constant walking keeps me awake this time.
Alright. Make me a perception check. With a 13 as you're walking about, you do hear the soft clopping of horse hooves as one of the horses returns and starts
Yeah.
bumping against the what are they called? The
Tripwire
wooden
rope.
blocks, tripwire. I couldn't think of how to describe it. That you had set up earlier.
So I'm up here.
Over here, actually.
But I had my wood blocks up here.
Oh, you had wood blocks there? Okay, then it's...
Yeah.
Say you had multiple lines set up for tripwires and stuff. Then if it didn't have any blocks, it would just walk over. And as you're walking along through your watch, you hear a huff behind you, and you see a horse silhouette in the dark. Its glossy eyes shining just faintly in the starlight. What do you do?
Natural instinct would be to go over and, bring it back in with the others, but it's been gone for a good while, and I don't know if anything's been, messing with it in the time it's been gone, so I do, either an investigation or another perception check to see if the horse seems normal enough.
So far.
You can give me
One horse
a
that came back.
perception check.
Huh?
Investigation would be
horse that
like
came
if you're
back.
going over there and patting it down and actually looking at it properly.
Heading down fucking
What?
horse.
Yep.
What?
Looking at it from a distance, it's kind of hard to tell in the dim light, but it seems alright. Actually, as it sees you, it stops and just kind of stares at you with that sort of deer in the headlights kind of thing.
I mean, it would be scared. I did try to murder it.
I slowly approach the horse, kind of making calm, soothing sounds, trying to let it know that I'm not gonna hurt it.
Alright, I'm moving your token over.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Alright, make me an animal handling check. With a 12, it takes a little bit, but it does seem to respond to your calls. It's definitely a trained animal. Comes over and kind of stands in front of you, which it absolutely dwarfs you. Pun totally intended. It very much dwarfs you, standing over you and kind of nuzzles into your chest. You can tell by the breath and the fact that its eyes are still rolling a little bit that it's still spooked, but it's taken comfort in the fact that there's somebody here that seems friendly.
I run my fingers through its mane or whatever, and then start to lead it back to the other.
Yep. Follows willingly. Drag it over to the rest.
Yeah.
It seems to nuzzle up against to one of the horses in particular. Other than that, that's the extent of your watch. It's pretty quiet beyond that.
Next.
And finally, Triss, who is away from the computer at the moment.
Three
Number
guys.
one.
I'm going back to sleep.
What was that? She's just getting the cup
The
of
music
coffee
is oddly oddly relaxing. I'm sitting here falling asleep.
No, it's supposed to be
Perception?
relaxing. It's supposed to be spooky. Yes.
You know I'm weird. 22.
Triss, there's another horse.
A real horse?
Of course, of
There's
course.
3 horses now tied up. That's what you were
I-
greeted with at the start of your shift.
Oh. I was like, I'm finding a horse? Is it a real horse? Nice. I'm
As-
go hang out with the horses.
And I was going to ask, where are you going to post up for your watch?
So this is a hill. That would help if I clicked. And this is a hill?
Sorry. I saw the second click. Where was the first one?
Here,
Yes.
here, here.
Yes,
And
that is correct.
The scarecrows and shit was this direction?
That is correct.
I might hang out over here then. Can I get a good view of stuff?
Let me see. Yep, you can see a good view of stuff.
Okay.
Standing over there, you do hear the scuffling here and there of the rodents from within that building.
I love that.
At one point, it goes super quiet. And then there's a very loud squabble of 2 rats fighting over something. A little pain squeak, but then it's quiet again. Triss, as you take your watch, there is something that you do notice. It's almost invisible, and the only way you're able to see it is you happen to notice its movement out of the corner of your eye. But when you look towards it directly, it almost seems to disappear completely. Another one of those things that you were fighting earlier. Those shadowy black figures made from darkness that seem to drain away your strength with their touch. Just watching.
I'm just kind of aware of it. It's this thing over here.
And I just put it onto the map for you.
It's a Dementor.
Just seems to watch.
Well,
What do you do?
want to keep an eye on it, but I also kind of want to move a little bit away while keeping watch over it. Well, fuck. My mind is telling me to wake somebody else up to
My
like
mind's telling me no.
exactly what my brain was
I'm glad I'm
thinking.
not
But
the
my
only one who's thinking
my
I was gonna like
body's telling me yeah.
that is exactly where my brain was. Thank you. I should probably wake somebody up, but I also want to let everybody like rest properly. So I think I'm just gonna play it by ear and be aware of the situation, but also like just kind of be on guard.
that. Not all
Kettle
heroes
pop.
wear capes.
Sleep is important, y'all.
As the night goes on, it seems to stand stock still, almost like a statue. And then it turns and it's because of what it is, and in this darkness, it is literally a silhouette outlined by shadows. It is very hard to see, but with that 22, you are able to notice one thing about it that you hadn't noticed earlier while within the heat of combat. It is not humanoid shaped and just vaguely. It is almost as if somebody was how to put this. Do you know much about the atomic bomb droppings?
Me or Triss?
You, out of character.
Yeah.
You know how people were their shadows were burnt into the side of buildings?
Yeah.
That's what it effectively looks like to you.
Oh, that's not creepy at all. Dope. Let's
No.
go with it. No, that's normal. That's everyday things.
Mhm.
Nothing to see
Love
here.
that.
Keep moving along.
As the sun starts to peek over the horizon and day dawns, it seems to move into the shadows more and head south, leaving this old place. Do you go over to where it was, or do you leave?
I'm gonna wait
Like,
for
do you
somebody.
do you follow, or do you leave? I should say.
Is it like so? The thingy is still on the wall.
It's gone.
Oh, it faded away.
No, it left. It went south.
Oh hell no! I'm not going by myself.
Good call.
I'll wait for someone to
I
wake
wanted
up
to
and
ask.
decide if we want to.
I say
Alright.
subconsciously in my sleep.
Yes.
All right. New day dawns, and everyone is able to wake up fully refreshed. You take a long rest, your spell slots are back, your hit points are back, and if you expended any hit dice, half of your maximum level, so you guys are level 3 right now, so it's rounded up, so you'd get two hit dice back if you are missing any. Ginkgo, if you expended any key points, you get all those back. And Scarlet, you gain your rages back. As new day dawns and you all are greeted to the eerily quiet morning,
What?
what do you do?
I didn't. It kind of pressurizes.
Well, that was a mighty fine rest in which I had there. I had better evenings of rest, but I will say with the current events in which we all face, and it was not bad indeed. May I address onto which direction we plan on marching on this fair morning?
Well, I wanted to go and check out my old family crypt and see if they're still gone as well, just like the rest of the graves up there. And then I figure we can carry on towards the northeast.
Well, isn't the crypt to the south though?
It is.
Not far though. It's not far.
How far?
But my question is, instead of oxes, can we now have horses pull the carriage? Is that any kind of an advantage?
Oxes are better. That's why they're called beast of burden.
That is true.
I didn't know if horses were faster or if we could. Well,
For a single person, yes, but for the cart, no.
Draxus, make me a nature check as you're looking over these horses, thinking of that idea. Looking at the stock and build of these horses, they don't seem like they would be able to be burly enough like the oxes to carry things for long distances. These seem more sprinter types.
Are there saddles in town, or do they already have saddles on them?
They still have their saddles and gear on them. They look like they probably escaped from like a farm.
Anybody with a good handle animal, and basically if we try and ride some?
I think I have good animal handling.
so
No,
regardless,
well,
we could bring
I
them
mean,
with us.
That's what I'm
not
saying.
bad.
Like it's a good idea to have them with us, and we can tie them with the cart if we're like stopping off somewhere.
I mean, I have animal handling skills.
I don't have it, but
I was thinking if Ginkgo's constantly going ahead to double check, she could take one of the horses and.
The horses I can't really stealth, can I?
No, you cannot.
That's true.
I
Trish,
mean, I
with
like
a-
the idea, but I like the stealth.
With a 16, the horse that you had saved earlier seems to greet you with a affectionate nuzzle, and then starts sniffing around your person looking for food. Maybe like a sugar cube or something.
If we can take a horse or two with us, it will help our endeavors. I feel like in the long run, we can tie them up towards the cart as we are dispersing from it, to allow them to be confined and not roam free away from us.
So I think we can definitely salvage the rope that we've ran between the buildings to make like a lead.
Could certainly do that, yeah.
Because not all of us are nearly as fast as Ginkgo if it comes to having to make a getaway.
Well, my dear Ginkgo is very fond of being able to sneak up forward and find their way back. I think the first thing we need to do is be able to accommodate for these horses in some way. I mean, we could leave the horses, yeah. You brought up a good point. We could leave the horses. We're coming right back through here, right? We're going to go down and check out the gravesite, come back up.
Yeah. I mean, this is right back on the way up towards Big L's, and that's the closest lead that we have.
Do we need to be concerned of something happening to the horses while we're gone?
There was an attack, and when you had met Triss, when she was trying to protect the horses.
Like, that's a good point.
I mean, I do say we should probably at least get them out of the town.
I was gonna suggest we could kind of like one of the buildings that's kind of ruined, but like has coverage on it still. We could like empty out and put the horses in it.
I could stay behind and keep an eye on them. I wasn't really much of a help in the last combat. I don't know if I'd be able to help if anything happened, or if I'd just be dead weight.
No, you are always a trusted companion in every adventure that we have done thus far. I would never ever sell yourself short. No pun intended, my dear friend.
But you gotta think, if she comes back, you wouldn't be able to fight her off alone.
That's true.
But seriously, but can people ride the horses?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're saddles.
That's what I'm telling people. Just ride the
Yeah.
horses and go with us.
they have saddles, they have bits and brittles, which they're not very happy about because it messes with them trying to eat.
So I was gonna ride Lothar and try to take some of his hints on managing a cart. So whoever wants to ride the horses.
You mean ride with Lothar?
Oh no, he ride me, baby.
Oh, shut up.
Damn, you got them riding skills that I don't know about?
I mean, granted, he was talking about turning the noose into a sex dungeon, so...
No. Alright, so I do think that the best idea that we can have going forward, if we can get these 3 horses with us and move with us down south, keep them safe, we'll endeavor into the final resting places of our dear friend Drax's family. And then from there, we will make our way back north over to our intended destination.
All right.
I can ride a horse.
I don't think that
All
one
right.
horse would want anything to do with me.
As you attempt to approach the horses, Scarlet, with that roll, they seem to notice that there is something off about you. Unlike the rest of your parties, they actually do shy away from you.
My dearest horse, it is okay, my friend. I promise you that no one here means you any harm. We are here only to keep you safe and have you travel upon with us. We will keep you out of harm's way in the best ways we can.
Lothar, being a military man, you've often had to deal with pack animals transporting supplies, and yes, you are very capable of keeping them calm as they seem to notice that Scarlet isn't a predator waiting to pounce, rather seems to be wanting to approach them for maybe less bloody reasons.
I called dibs on the horse I had to help last night.
Hey, I'm human protein only.
My dearest, they are less concerned with those means. They are concerned that you're going to take care of them. If they feel your love and comfort, they will give you love and comfort back.
It'll be going up to the horse you found the other day.
Yep.
Which is the one on the top.
All right.
It seems to recognize you and nuzzle up against you. And do you have any way of getting up? Have you ever ridden a horse before?
Can I eat the dwarf on top?
We have to give the dwarf uppies.
Ooh,
It is quite like
don't tell the elf.
Lennar would not be able to get onto this horse without assistance. You're going to struggle.
No, I can get up there by myself. My plan is I'm gonna hop up on the side of the well and then hop from there onto the horse.
Easy enough. You are able to clamber up onto the well, then onto the horse.
Fuck yeah.
As you sit astride in the saddle, you notice not only is the horse itself branded with a skull, but the saddle is also branded with a cow skull.
It's like a badass horse.
Wait, what is the symbol for big owls?
Make me a history check.
You say big owls?
You don't know.
I don't
You've
know
never
shit.
been to Big Owl's Ranch, so
Yeah,
it's
babe.
not really something that you knew.
The fuck is Big Owl?
That's where we're going, you dippy.
Oh yeah, must not have been listening.
No, you were probably drunk.
No. All I heard was go places, do things.
That's it. From now on, your name is Minion.
So Obi has claimed a horse. Who else is going to claim a horse?
Can I try giving the horse some grass?
Yeah. I assume that means you're wanting to claim a horse, Scarlet?
Yes.
Did my check to calm the horse help Scarlet get one though?
Yeah. It would
Okay,
help.
good.
Who else is going to? Triss, I do believe you seemed interested.
Decided that flying is probably a good idea. I get a good vantage point.
Ooh, you and Kiko can like tag team together as scouting for us.
Sure.
I'm just thinking out loud. Sorry, y'all do what y'all want to do.
With as small
Yeah.
as Lenara is, could he even actually ride one?
He would be able to.
Could he
If
ride? I mean,
he's going to need help getting up.
if I can manage to get on a horse, can I just let Lennar like kind of ride in front of me?
Well, I was
Yeah.
thinking like he could be tied to yours, and his would
It-
simply just follow.
These horses, while they're not stocky enough to like pull a cart, they can carry an adventure in full armor. Considering you, Scarlet, don't wear armor, and Lennar does not have armor, you could definitely have the both of you on this horse.
He does not have armor yet.
He's a sorcerer. He ain't gonna never have armor.
I have a plan for all the mithril I've been gathering.
All right. Does anybody else want the final horse, or will it be just tied to the
A bit.
cart with the
Either
oxen?
you eat it now or I eat it. Literally a bite.
I'd say tied because I'm gonna be separate.
Just
All
take it
right.
with you.
And Lothar and Draxus are going to be
Oh my god,
Uh,
take it with you.
riding the cart itself.
And as we were talking about though in the Discord chat too, I'll be teaching Draxus, training him in land vehicle.
Draxus is peeing right now. Hold on.
You better not be peeing my damn cart.
Draxus is over to the side, doing his morning ritual.
He's
A tree needs
peeing.
blood.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's peeing on the wagon's wheel.
You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside.
Now Draxus is running away from the piss.
Sorry.
Are you?
Draxus, you were watering some flowers while you were away.
It was that you gotta go now with no warning, like right now. Anyways,
Just making sure that so there's one horse that is not being ridden. If you want to ride it, or if you want to be on the cart with Lothar.
I was gonna ride with Lothar so I can try to learn how to guide a cart as well.
All right. So, as you all get up and ready for your next leg of your journey, to where are you going?
We have agreed to help Draxus out and check out his family's crypt first before we make our way back north.
Are we gonna go look at houses?
All right.
I thought we were taking the guinea pigs to that lady.
So, the area that you are going
Oh,
to
next weekend.
is not too far away.
Looking at houses?
It is, looking it up, the actual distance it's supposed to be is like a couple miles, but like by a couple miles, I'm not like, you're not even moving a hex. You're technically moving to the bottom of the same hex you're on. Like, Coney Bear's at the top, you're at the bottom. So I'm not going to ask for a roll for where you're at.
I moved.
However, congratulations. However, if Obi, since you are the one that's doing the map stuff, if you would like to add a new marker to about where the bottom of this hex that you are on is, or we can not have it on, depending on if you feel it is important or not.
Give me one
We can
second,
have
trying to remember how
you would go into map tokens, and then you can choose if you feel this is a point of interest, a city, a ruin, or a town.
where's the token thing?
It should be. Yeah, it should be see it. You should all be able to see it. You should see a tab that says map tokens.
In the
you
journal.
just click that. In journal.
Okay.
I just put it there.
Alright.
All right.
Perfect. Name. Okay, I got it now.
Wait, what are we
Alright.
doing?
I will add a name to it.
What are we doing?
Oh, okay.
We're going to Drax's family crypt.
It says, how do you want to create this character?
Oh, just click the X. That's not supposed to show up.
It doesn't have an
The X in the top right corner of that box. Yeah. Just click it. Get rid of it.
There you are. As you all head to the south, one of the things that you would be able to take note of quite easily is there is signs of, one, orcs being around, but two, the totems that they put around don't seem to be completed, as if they were stopped partway through.
Oh, this doesn't
Making-
sound horrible at all. Let's do this.
Making your way to the ruined temple. One moment while I place your characters onto the map. It is at nighttime right now on the map. I was not able to get light tokens. So I am going to give you all briefly lots of being able to see in distance. Where is the radar? Inko, Duraxis, Lothar. Do this, that way I got the people who can see and the people who can't see. Scarlet. Chris. Just give me one brief moment while I do a thing.
Do the thing.
I'm loving this right now.
Thank you. I'm glad. Alright, are you all able to see?
I just see darkness.
Now I can.
I just see darkness.
I can
I
see.
can see.
You can
It's all the way up. It's only up the top. The rest is darkness.
Yeah, you should be able to see at the top.
Oh, okay. I didn't see those zoomed all the way in. I was like, I just see black.
Alright, let me
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
drag you all together. So, approaching this ruined set, this ruined temple, it is quite very much dilapidated. Draxus, you're able to see markings, claw marks that seem almost like they ate away at the stone rather than gouged out bits. You see rubble, you see long long destroyed bits of stone, wood. You see some bodies buried here and there, only bits of their skeletons peeking out from the rock. You see signs that orcs have been in the area with things like various totems and such that the more tribalistic and natural oriented orc tribes tend to do, with it being things like a sign of like a boar head, but like decorated quite well, a boar skull decorated quite well and hung up for protection and guardianship of a area. But it seems like there hasn't been activity to keep this sort of post from falling into decay. What do you all do as you approach? You are allowed to move. I would suggest
is this
that you move.
is there an overhang? So like it's dark inside?
Yes, so what you are approaching right now is a sort of gate area. This temple, from what Draxus would be able to remember, granted he was very young at the time, this temple was supposed to be a place for people to retreat to if there was a military attack or a some sort of threat in the area, such as a dragon attack. You would be retreating to this temple, a fortified place that clerics and paladins would be able to heal anybody wounded in this situation, as well as be able to fight back any sort of incursion. Didn't seem to do too well.
Alright, I'm going to cast light on my shield, but I'm going to make sure that it's a red hue so it doesn't interfere with anybody's eyesight in the dark and stuff like that.
It's out of character. It's not dark. However, for the purposes of having to set everything up, I needed to have dynamic lighting on and daylight mode. Daylight mode makes it where I can't do that. Daylight mode just makes it where you get to see the entire map.
Okay, I get it. So, but like, if I walk in, my vision is not impaired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, 1 second. Let me try something. Let me hide stuff real quick. Just in case.
Love that.
And we had said for the basis of my character, it was a temple to Hor, right?
Yes, it was a temple to. It wasn't a temple specifically to Hor, but Hor was one of the gods worshipped here.
I remember you mentioning that Coneyberry was a different god that was supposed to be, and we were like, well, since it was for this, we'll just change it.
Yeah. So this temple was more towards gods that like Lothar would worship, like Tyr and Helm. However, Hor was part of that group as he was supposed to be a god of vengeance and retaliation.
That man ain't part of the Trinity.
He ain't part of the Trinity, but he was one of the gods worshipped.
Yeah, no, but we got a Trinity, man. They're dope.
Let me do this.
Oh, it's brighter.
Ah, cool. It still kept the dynamic lighting stuff on. Neat. All right. So yeah, you guys can move as you so wish. While I go back in and turn off the night vision for the people who don't actually have it.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm going to walk in side, kind of take the lead.
All right. You all can move as you so wish. I will tell anybody to stop if they need to stop, but just don't move in gigantic bursts, please.
Move your character.
Lothar.
I'm about to say, I definitely want to know something about what I'm seeing right here now.
I was about to say stop.
Hmm?
So, looking out, you see what looks to be tents and camping stuff made from hide. You see the corpse of a orc half poking out of one of the tents. Seems like its skin is old and dried from being able to sit in the sun for a while, half decayed. There is signs that they also had pet wargs, but there's no wargs to be seen around, and the only sense of a orc being here is that corpse. However, the scent of decay is extremely strong in that area.
So it's probably a recent kill. All right.
The orc specifically, the hand that you see, is the one that's poking out of this tent right here, because you see it poking out like that.
I'm gonna move over to that tent.
All right, 1 second. Pull back to where you were. I need the pathing that you are going for.
All right.
All right.
Like that right there.
Okay. Put yourself where you were.
You like your spankings.
All right. What are the rest of you doing in that during that?
I'd be following, but first I'm wondering, is this gate locked or?
It does look like they had tried to lock it, but like it is locked. It's down, but like there's a hole in the wall.
Oh, okay. So that leads to the same place. Okay, I would just slowly follow, like right behind them.
Okay. Ginkgo, Scarlet, Triss, Nobi, and
I'm just gonna
Lennar.
follow.
Yeah.
1 second while I pull out Lennar. Whoops. Sorry, Lennar. I didn't forget you. Actually, I did. He's gonna sit in the back.
We just don't tell him that we forgot.
Lothar, standing over this, you. I didn't want you on the space that you were on because that's where the corpse is. Unless you want to be standing on top of them.
Not really. Not preferably.
She's gonna
Fair
wear him
enough.
like a boot.
Yeah, just wear him like a boot. The skin of this orc's arm is very raisined up, sun-dried. The fingernails seem to be pulled back, receding a little bit. It's very dark skin and tusks. Very much look worn, like they were an older orc. Looking around the effects, can you give me an investigation check?
I'll give you guidance.
Yeah, Draxus can give you a D4 on that. You want to add a D4?
I helped a little.
Better than
With a 13, it looks like these orcs, from what they had here, were almost a less of a combat set. Like these orcs were not meant for fighting; they were meant for living. Like, there's spears here and there for like protection, but there's no like armor on this orc. There's no armor around. There's cookware. There's sets. There's bundles of wood. There's what looks to be spilled off to the side. Food that has very much long since gone past its expiry date. It does not look like these were warriors.
Eat the food.
So it sounds like they were running from something.
It looks like these were more civilian oriented.
Kind of look into the other tents, see if I see anything.
Yeah. You do find another deceased orc.
There better not be a
There.
child's body in that one.
No, it's not a child's body. It is a what looks to be a guard orc. The armor that it has is very light. Doesn't seem to be more war oriented. Seems to be more an armor that you almost live in. The hide armor, put together, stitched, but taken care of. The spear that it has is broken, and the tip of the spear itself is a how to describe it. It looks like metal that was mined but was not able to be forged properly. It's
Oh, it's just
very
raw arrowhead.
It's raw. Scarlet, what are you doing?
I was gonna ask about this gate if it was locked. That was in front of me.
Yes. So that is the doors to the chapel itself. You notice that the doors seem to have black claw marks, not quite dug into the wood itself, but almost as if it was stained into its very being of this door, as it is absolutely covered. Do you touch those claw marks as you are inspecting them?
No touchy.
Yes, I do.
Pulling your hand away after, like, it definitely does not have a touch. It did not gouge the door. It's almost like it was painted on. You pull away your hand and there's soot, ash.
So how locked is this door? Is it like bolt lock, or is it like, oh, there's a key, and what is this door made out of?
It is made out of wood, and it is not locked. In fact, it's ever so slightly ajar.
I'm gonna go inside.
Should
Right.
really wait
We'll
for the
get to
rest
that.
of us.
We'll get to that in a moment. Lothar, what are you doing?
I was gonna check this little alcove over here.
You do notice that inside the alcove is broken weapons and armor, as well as a long dead human corpse.
Humanoid.
Well, I should say humanoid. It's not an orc. You can tell. Orcs are very easy to tell for if they are orc corpse, even as a skeleton, because they have their tusks. Tiefling corpses are easy to tell because of the horns.
Yeah, but it could be anything from a half celestial to a
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
This is a humanoid corpse that is indistinguishable without like going into like, all right, what bone is this kind of thing.
I am definitely not Bones, by the way. Although a great show, but I am not Bones.
All right, Draxus, I saw you going down south this way for a moment.
Yeah, I was just kind of peeking around. I was also going to say if there's any supplies like in those boxes that are salvageable. Same thing with this on the other side that you could peek through.
Yeah, make me an investigation check as you're looking through these boxes. With a 12, you are able to find some rope, some tools for like masonry and carpentry. It doesn't look like these are adventuring gears, more of like supplies. They are all very crude, but they're workable. Scarlet, as you go to push the doors open, and Draxus, as you're looking through these supplies, Triss, you would be able to notice as Draxus is like half bent over a box and like looking and rummaging through, one of the corpses twitches
Oh fuck.
fuck.
and then starts to pull itself up and out of the tent.
Guys,
What?
I'm gonna ready my sword and my action. Please and thank.
What would you like to do?
I just want to draw my sword and kind of just in case.
All right,
Uh,
drawing
yeah,
your sword.
getting people's
No,
attention.
no, he could still be alive.
Am I aware of what's going on?
You definitely hear Triss saying, "Guys." I don't know what Obi and Ginkgo are doing because y'all have stayed back.
Well, I was about to actually go investigate the very outside of the building and stealth along all the exterior walls to look for any down things. But once I heard her say "guys," I'm like, "Hey, that can wait."
All right. Well, if that's what you're doing, we'll say you're about here. Because you would have been able to notice there's a hole in the wall, and you've probably been investigating that. Obi, what were you doing?
Literally, I was just hanging back, seeing what everyone else was doing, unsure of
So you were probably like overwatching everyone.
Hammer down!
Yes, we'll put you there. We'll say Lennar was with you because he wanted to do the whole safety in numbers thing. All right, so I need everyone to roll an initiative. Remember to click your token first.
Lothar with a shitty ass initiative. As normal. This is normal, guys. Keep moving along.
Anybody in like any remotely heavy armor tends to not have too good of initiative. All right. So, Triss, you would be able to see as this corpse gets up and stands kind of slumped over. Its fingernails that had receded seem to push out and grow into thicker, almost predatory claws. And the flap of the other tent begins to shift and move as a second corpse pulls out.
Well,
Okay, so they are 100% dead. I wanted to make sure that I was worried. I was like, maybe we should have checked on them. I was just making sure. Okay, so they're dead.
How dare us not check for a pulse?
That was my thought.
Ew, they're decaying.
They are.
To
I
me,
don't
why does
know
it kind of look like
they're-
he's chewing on a boomerang?
He's chewing on an arm in that picture.
Why is it gotta be zombies?
I don't know why this is in GM. I guess because the game just auto makes everything into GM. But we will fix that real quick.
Side note, does anyone remember or ever see the Scooby-Doo Zombie Island movie?
Yeah,
Loved it.
Cause it's terror
Yes.
time again.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
Prime
So-
cinema.
Lennar, hearing Triss's call, being the very spooked individual that he is, calls out to you, Scarlet, and says, "We've got company." Before scooching over this direction, kind of towards Scarlet and pulling out his crossbow that he was given earlier and squinting against the sun. He tries to make a shot against this undead. And with a 10, misses. The arrow flies through and lands in the ground next to the other undead. That is his turn. Triss, being the ones that had saw it, you are very quick on the updraw. Your weapons are already drawn and ready to strike. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna move forward. Since I got my sword readied.
Also, I forgot to change the music real quick. You had your sword ready. Go ahead.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit.
Also, Tree, this is Primo dice color, thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Five.
All
Oh,
right.
wait, dang it.
What?
I'll remember it for next time. I forgot that I'm a ranger and I have things.
Like Hunter's Mark?
Yeah.
Or the, what was the other thing?
I have Dreadful Strike as well.
Dreadful Strike does proc. It is your first attack.
But they're zombies. What's psychic damage gonna do?
You can roll it if you want.
We're gonna do psychic damage.
It's
What
not
we're gonna
playing
do?
right now.
It's going to do psychic damage.
Alrighty. Wait, does it take a spell slot though?
No, it just happens.
But Hunter's Mark does.
Hunter's Mark does.
Question real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, in the last game, I know I pulled out my tail because I raged. I don't think I'm still in rage, but am I?
No, you're not. Your rage ends after a minute, or if you don't have, or if your turn goes, and then your turn comes again, and throughout that time you were not hit, like you didn't take damage of any sort, or you did not attack on the previous turn, then your rage fades.
Okay, I figured I didn't. I just wanted to like double check.
All right. Cutting into this undead with your short sword, carving away some of its kind of sun-dried flesh. The scent of decay strikes your nose quite harshly. It's very much rotting in front of you, and it is not a pleasant smell. Is that the end of your turn, or would you like to do anything else?
I mean, I don't want to... Well, what's disengage do again?
Disengage makes it where you are able to move away from something without it being able to attack you. You have
then
the
I
ability to disengage as a bonus action.
Yeah, I want to disengage and then step back a little bit.
Do you have the ability to disengage as a bonus action?
I don't know.
Rogues tend to get it. I don't know if your ranger class does that.
I'm used to playing rogues, brother.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll just hang out here.
Note you do not have the ability to attack or disengage as a bonus action. All right. Yeah. However, you do have dual wielding.
Oh shit, yeah!
So you can attack as a bonus action. You just roll another short sword
Two
attack.
short swords, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Brother.
Hit him!
A 21 hits. Roll some more damage. This does not get your dreadful strikes because it only procs once
Another
per turn.
5.
I mean, hey, 5 is 5. Carving into it again with a second swing, you are able to carve deeply this time. Its body seems to be struggling to hold itself together. The decay getting to it quite a lot. Draxus, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'd say I'd probably rush up to the ones closest to Lothar and try to kill it.
All right.
I
Try to
like
kill
the
it.
Moxie.
Because at first I was sitting there thinking, okay, was the one with the 18 or the 8 the one that she just attacked? But then I realized actually I can mouse over it. It tells me which one it is.
Yep, that is correct. With an 11, you swing, but its jerky movements, unlike that of a trained warrior, make you miss as you think it's going to dodge this way. So you swing down where you think it will be, but it's not. It almost jerks into where you were going to swing had you not overcompensated. You miss entirely.
Great. I'm
Is there
totally
anything
gonna lose
else
some
you
of
would
my
like
strength.
to do?
I don't think I can really do much else.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, because I don't want to burn my inspiration it's got on one lowly zombie.
The undead jerks its head towards you and reaches out with its decaying arm, trying to swipe at you. Does a 22 hit?
Unfortunately.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. You seem to shrug off whatever sort of effect this thing has as your body throbs with heat, where it seemed to cut across your face, leaving a gash, but nothing too harmful as you take. For reasons, I'm manually rolling the damage. 7 points of damage.
Oh, just a lowly 7.
For reasons.
4 reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Obi, it is your turn.
Alrighty. The zombie by Triss technically hasn't taken a turn yet, correct?
That is correct. You are not hidden from it, though.
That's alright. I'm just gonna
Give that
rush
shake
up.
and bake.
I will rush up and swing at it with my short sword. But because of the whole, it hasn't taken a turn yet, it procs my assassin.
Alright.
So rolling to attack.
Alright, so you do have advantage on it. It is
17
not an
hit.
auto crit because it is not surprised by you, however. A 17 does hit.
Uh-huh, and also, if I have advantage on the attack roll, like I just did, I also apply sneak attack.
That is correct.
So 10 total damage.
Alright. One moment, I am doing something behind the scenes.
Because
Always,
of course
always
you
a
are.
perfectly normal, natural thing, guys. Don't y'all worry at all about that.
Alright.
Fuck. Completely forgot about my
These
fucking
random
hellish
initiative
rebuke.
rolls, guys. Don't worry about these. Yep.
Yep.
These don't matter at all.
Don't worry
These
about them.
are
Forgot about my
just
fucking hellish rebuke.
things in the past.
Don't forget about that, babe.
I'm
Yep,
every fucking
totally.
time I completely forget that I have it.
Alright, with a 10, you are able to cut it quite heavily as its body seems to drop like the strings of a puppet were cut, and it falls down, whatever foul semblance of unlife that it has left leaving its body.
I don't think we were supposed to be here.
And then just bonus action, I'm gonna disengage. Just in case it tries to revive again.
Alright, Kinko, it is your turn.
It's already gotten up once. Don't know if it can do it multiple times.
That's why you burn them afterwards.
Well, that's kind of your shtick, isn't it?
Can I sense if the thing that was controlling it is like, because in my head I'm just thinking, oh, it was a body possessed by a ghost. So can I sense that what was controlling it is still?
You can make me a religion or an arcana check.
Okay, let me see.
I just wanted to see if my family was here.
Do an arcana.
With a 15, you would know that these things are undead that are brought about from the remnants of a soul that is still trapped in a body being corrupted by a dark influence, whether it be a necromancer's magic or a demonic taint or a diabolic taint. So just killing it should be able to free whatever's left of its soul to travel on to wherever it needs to go. However, it can possibly get back up. But with how carved it is, you have a feeling that whatever it's going to do if it gets back up isn't going to be able to do much.
Oh, so it's like playing COD Zombies when you always blow out their legs.
Pretty much.
It's like, oh yeah, he's still moving, but he's not a problem anymore.
Unless it's the last zombie on the round and it's crawling violently quick towards you. Anyway, yeah. That would be your action to recall this information and I assume share it.
Yes.
What would you like to do with your bonus action? As you take this moment in battle to assess the situation. If you would like to do anything with your bonus action.
I would like to. Okay, I'm trying to think because I kind of want to like figure out if there's more like nearby or like if the power is coming from nearby that resurrected them. And I don't know if I could do that as a bonus action.
You do not have that ability. However, somebody in your party might. But no, you do not level. You do not have that ability, Ginkgo. Traxxas seems to have that ability.
He does.
I don't think there's anything else I want to do. So I have a question about my so I have patient defense, and my question about it is, it says you can spend 1 key point to take dodge as a bonus action on your turn. How would that work on my turn? Like, why would I be dodging during my, like, I'm honestly like so confused by that.
Yeah, of course. You guys are new, so asking questions is how we learn. So the dodge action is an action that you can take on your turn. It means that throughout your turn until the start of your next turn, you are trying to focus more on avoidance rather than on aggression. So the dodge action makes it where any attack that is directed towards you has disadvantage on its rolls against you. It also makes it where if you are subjected to a dexterity saving throw, such as like a blast of fire coming towards you, you would be able to roll that dexterity save at advantage.
Okay, thank you. I was so confused because I was like, why would I take it on my turn if nothing's attacking me? Like, yeah. I thought the wording was a little... Okay, so that makes sense.
While dodging is a reactionary thing that somebody would do, taking the dodge action is just you're prepping for if I need to dodge.
Okay. That makes sense, because I was like, why would I ever use that? And I was like, okay, but like, say we were fighting 10 things. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put up patient defense.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just
If you are, it's one of those things of like, if you are surrounded by a bunch of things all at once, you
and
would
I know they're going
definitely
to at least throw attacks towards me. Okay,
you would definitely want to do a dodge action. Or if you're like, oh, we're fighting a pyromancer and they are throwing fire out left, right, and center, I want to take the dodge action so I have a better chance at not being burnt to a crisp.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Yep.
And anything else? I don't think anything else that I'm looking at that I want to use as a bonus action. I guess I could ready one of my throwing weapons just to have ready.
Alright.
It's like, because I if I throw it now, I'm hitting Draxus. Like,
yeah. So how it works with being a ally between you is your ally gives the enemy some sort of cover bonus.
okay.
Because you're trying not to hit your ally.
Okay, and then
But,
oh, that's true. Brian's like, not only if you don't. He's like, that only counts if you care about hitting him, but if you don't care if you
true.
hit him.
That actually is true.
I mean, I would vote for carrying, but I'm saying, like, I mean, technically, you don't give a shit.
Okay, then I will hold off. I'll just,
Alright.
prep holding over, because, I'm just,
Alright, yeah. So
What about 3:30?
That'd be fine.
that is the end of your turn. Scarlet, you are partway into opening a door when this commotion starts. What do you do?
Kill the thing attacking me.
Huh?
Kill the thing attacking me.
I'm gonna look around real quick, see something is attacking Draxus, grab my, dagger and, like, throw it at the thing that's attacking Draxus.
From that far away?
Alright.
I'm gonna walk up a few steps first.
I was gonna say, daggers have a bit of a minor range for their throwing capabilities. So you would have to get closer to be able to get a... Oh, wrong thing. To get a... Yep, 20 feet. That works. So moving up from there. Yep. Within your range. So yeah, you're able to take out your dagger and throw it. Is this what you do?
Yes.
Alright, make me an attack roll with your dagger. A 17 hits. Draxus, this undead that you're fighting, after it takes a swing at you, it goes to take another swing, but its hand is stabbed into by a dagger and takes it off course, making the blow too shallow for you to take any effective damage, as it seems to mostly get into the neck of your armor. Scarlet just saved you from getting hit with that.
Great, now it has a sharper weapon in its hand.
In its hand, quite literally, yes. Alright. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
No, I'm just gonna stay there. Next time I won't save your butt.
Alright. Lothar, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, I do believe my first action would be to move up here and take a good old swing at the undead corpse standing in front of me.
Because the tent is in the way, you'd need to be down one more space.
Take a swing at the undead corpse in front of me.
Yeah. Readying your warhammer, since it's so focused on Jaraxxus, doesn't notice you, and you take a swing, cracking into the small of its back, causing it to jerk towards Jaraxxus a little bit. Its back almost cracking and bending in half as it rights itself, but almost like its spine was broken with that. Still fighting, but kind of in a more... how to put it? almost like it's doing the limbo partway through its battle.
Hey, baby, how do I get this thing to pop away?
That brings us the top of the order. Oop. Wrong button. As Lennar starts fighting and readying another crossbow bolt, he perks up and turns around as he notices that there are more. I get to
Yay.
reveal some more. Lennar turns and says, there's some behind us.
Ah.
Oh, I forgot to do one of these guys. One moment. I do apologize, one of the initiatives were not rolled. Okay. That initiative is now rolled.
I'm just gonna need you to hush your butts about this. Let's maybe not have a third, okay? Just saying.
A third?
You rolled 2 ghosts earlier.
There we are. So, against Lennar, an arrow seems to fly from the top of a parapet, as you all would be able to see what looks to be a skeleton craning its neck over the edge, a dilapidated bow in hand, as it fires an arrow towards your kobold buddy. Did I get a sheet open? However, an 8 does not hit, as Lennar is noticing these, able to duck into the edge of the gate portcullis, the arrow bouncing off of the stone. However, there are more than just a single skeleton. Coming out of 2 of the tents are 3 more figures. One of them, its lower jaw completely ripped off, its tongue lolling out far too low, almost reaching the sternum of its chest, as it gets down on all fours and starts loping hungrily towards Lennar, taking its entire turn to dash, and is now right on top of him.
My dearest Lennar.
Lennar knows when he is not in a good position and is going to take the disengage action. And he is going to, as I pull up his sheet, there is his sheet. He is going to take the disengage action and nope out of there, going towards his allies, where there is more people and less death. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As he rounds the tent, trying to put space between him and whatever thing is chasing him. Tress, you see Lennar launch past you, running with his legs pumping as hard as he can get them. You turn and you notice the undead orc without a bottom jaw, its tongue, almost like a lashing whip. Still on all fours, chasing after Lennar. What do you do? It's your turn. What do you do?
You saved that sweet call. What would you do?
I'm gonna draw my bow.
All right. Before you do anything, I would like to ask if you're going to use Hunter's Mark first.
Well, it's too late. I already did something, and it's a 9.
A 9, unfortunately, does not hit. As you take aim and you fire your arrow out towards it, it stings into its flesh, but it's a very shallow shot and doesn't even do any sort of significant damage to it. As it continues unabated loping towards you.
Oh, it's coming towards me?
It's coming towards your area.
Oh, it's fine. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I can't do anything else.
I mean, you can still move.
I don't want to go towards it. It's coming to me.
All right.
Where's Lana? Which way did he go?
He is above you.
Up. Oh, here?
He
Then I
is
will move this way a little
right
bit then.
there. All right, you're going to interpose yourself between Lennar and this thing.
Yeah.
All right. Is that your turn? Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Draxus. You see, as out of the corner of your eye, as you fight this undead Lennar around the end of a tent, panic in his eyes. What do you do?
Well, since the thing hurt me, I'm going to try to finish off the one in front of me so that we can all single towards the other one.
All right. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Damn it, I had to poke at it, didn't I?
Yeah. Are you gonna? Well, you're going to be forced to attack it.
I was going to anyways. The thing pissed me off.
Yeah, fair enough. With a 19, you deliver your final blow that is necessary to finally take this one out. As you cut across, severing the flesh severing the flesh at the part where its spine had broken, leaving it cleft in twain. It is now also deceased.
Saying it should take its soul so I can make sure it doesn't actually get back up no matter what, right?
That is true.
Yeah, the thing better fucking stay down. Okay, let's see. How far can I get?
You can get 30 feet. Turning, you charge through the camp, kicking over a kettle as you charge towards the enemy, your great sword ready. Is that your turn?
I'm trying. I can't cast any of these spells I have as a bonus action, can I?
What spells do you have?
Oops, shit, I zoomed in. Trying to think, going back and forth between Hunter's Mark or
That's a
Bane.
bonus action. Hunter's Mark is a bonus action. So your spells that are bonus actions are Searing Smite, Shield of Faith, and Hunter's Mark.
You get Hunter's Mark?
Yeah, his class gets Hunter's Mark. Or his, not class, his subclass gets Hunter's Mark. It's the Ranger Paladin.
What the
It's effectively the Ranger Paladin.
So then, yeah, I'll put a Hunter's Mark on him.
Alright. Expend your spell slot. So, this is the first time it's happening for everybody. I do believe. I don't think Lothar's cast any concentration spells.
Not
Whenever
yet.
you are whenever you are casting a spell that requires concentration, which will be, it should say in your spell's description, Hunter's Mark will have a spell description that says requires concentration of, like, say, concentration 1 minute or concentration 1 hour. If you could put a wrench marker on your character, that lets me know that you are concentrating on a spell. What that means, for those of you who are not used to 5e, if you are concentrating on a spell, if you cast another spell that requires concentration, the spell that you had cast prior goes away. You can only have one concentration spell at a time, active. If you are hit while you are concentrating on a spell, or if there is anything that happens that would have you have to focus on something else, or like grit through pain, you have to make a concentration check, which is a Constitution saving throw. Generally it's DC 10, but it can go higher depending on how severe the impact of a blow or how severe the distraction is. And if you fail that concentration check, you will lose your spell. It's a way to balance powerful spells that last a long time, like Hunter's Mark, with being able to cast them early or cast them at lower levels, kind of thing. So, like, Hunter's Mark is a powerful spell for a first level spell, but because of that, it can't stick around all the time.
So it says if it dies, I can mark another one, but does that also take another spell slot, or would that
It
just...
takes another bonus action. You cast the spell already.
Okay. I didn't know if, like, I had to recast it technically since that dude's dead.
And because you had cast Hunter's Mark on this one, I will mark him. Is that all you do? You've done your action, you've done your bonus action, you've done your movement. So yeah, that would be your turn.
Yep.
Alright, so that 5 damage will proc anytime you hit him with a weapon. So it's not 5 damage, it's an extra d6. So your Great Sword Swing will deal 3d6 when you hit him.
Yeah, I was thinking, well, it's not his turn next, it should give me more than enough time to actually be able to hit him before he decides to smack me in the face.
However, coming up behind him, another one loping on all fours coming towards you. This one still has its lower jaw, but one of its eyes seems to have been plucked out of its head as it spends its entire action just getting up to you. That is its turn. Obi, you are right beside the wall throughout all of this.
Yeah, I can't see
Drax
shit.
just come by and you don't see what he's facing, but he seems to be bearing down on something. What do you do?
I'm just gonna head up that direction. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Sorry. That zombie, ghost, whatever the fuck it is in the back.
Yeah.
The little icon on it.
Yep, that says that it's marked by Draxus's Hunter's Mark.
You ever watch Code Lyoko?
Oh, I know it's Xana.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a target, like a archery target, but yeah. I know exactly what you're referencing.
Return to the
Okay.
past
And I
now,
see it too.
before we got here.
That's being removed from Netflix, I think, at the end of the month.
That sucks. But we don't. We also don't have Netflix, so oof.
It's probably just moving to another streaming service, that's all I'm saying.
And again, because I haven't been able to see what the fuck's been going on, has that one taken a turn in combat?
Yes.
As the one in front of Dorks.
Yes. That's how they got there.
Okay.
Why they are so close.
I'm just gonna pop a shot at the one with the Xana mark.
All right. An 8
I don't think
misses.
an 8's gonna hit. Yeah.
As you ready your short bow, moving along, running in battle, you go to aim and you plant your feet to aim, and you realize you're on rubble, and your back foot slips, and you fire your arrow, and it sinks into the ground at this undead's feet.
And then bonus action, just disengage to get some extra distance.
You do not need to disengage, but you can dash to get extra distance.
Okay, dash, whatever.
Sure, Obi.
Disengage is only if you're within 5 feet of an enemy.
Don't try to shoot the ones at my feet. Totally don't do that.
I'm sorry, the other one's cursed by Xana.
Ginkgo, what are you doing?
Oh, well, I got it. Oh, sorry. Oh.
You have a 40-foot movement
I
speed.
do, because I'm a fast little burb.
As a note, that hunter's mark, only Jiraxis gets the benefits from that.
Okay.
So
I was just
you
about to
all
ask
attacking the same one. Does not get the extra d6 per hit.
I was gonna say, because World of Warcraft, hunters have, hunter's mark, but any ranged attack against that target deals extra damage.
Yeah. It's just the person who cast it gets the benefits. There's a different spell that does that, however, but that's a much higher level spell. So what are you going to do, Genko?
You need to run up there, grab its tongue, and rip it out.
Let's see. I'm gonna use my movement. And okay. I don't really want to be the only one it's close to.
As a note,
But-
you can attack it from this space if you need to.
Okay.
You can attack at diagonals.
Huh?
Then I'm gonna yeah, okay, let's get off that. Okay. We're gonna move there. I'm gonna do an unarmed strike, but I'm also sorry, I'm trying to find it. I have so many things. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, you do. You're pretty talented.
I'm so talented. I think I want to use flurry of blows.
All right. Can I give you a note?
Yes,
Here?
please, because I don't. I'm just looking.
I know
at
you. I know you're new to this. That's why I'm giving you a note. You don't need to do an unarmed strike to be able to do flurry of blows. You can actually attack with your weapon, your quarterstaff, and then do flurry of blows. Your quarterstaff deals a little bit more damage than your fists at the moment.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna do quarterstaff, and then I'm gonna do flurry of blows, and that's gonna be 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strike as a bonus action.
That's correct.
Okay, so does it have to be a successful attack?
No, you just need to make a single attack before
Oh, that's
your
my
blows is able to be made.
that's my hand of harm. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. That's your hand of harm.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. Need to
You
do
can
that.
also attack as a bonus action with once without expending a key point.
Oh, then I'll probably do that because I'll say I don't know how many more things we're gonna have to fight before we rest, so that might be smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do quarterstaff and then an unarmed strike. Yeah.
That is correct. You can do that.
In the quarterstaff, can I do that two-handed instead of one-handed, or does
Yes,
that?
you can.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure. I'm looking at both of them.
Yeah. An unarmed strike does not have to be with your fists. You could literally headbutt them with your beak and stab into them.
Oh my
with
god, I
your
love it. I love that
if you
idea.
wanted to.
Yeah, I'm gonna start headbutting, stabbing. It's great.
You can kick, you can punch, you can headbutt, you can, I don't know,
Claw with my toes.
the-
It's good.
you could literally poke them in the eye as an unarmed strike. Unarmed strike is literally just you are attacking with your body rather than a weapon.
Okay, so I'm gonna do quarterstaff. Oh, that was not good.
A 12, your quarterstaff lands onto this thing's back, but these things seem to be a little bit hardier. It seems to shrug off your blow. A 12 does not hit significantly enough to deal this any damage.
Okay, and then do unarmed strike. Or yeah, because okay, yeah.
Yep. With a 20, you are able to land a successful blow as you follow up with your quarterstaff with how do you attack with your unarmed strike?
Yeah, I'm gonna just like peck it in the face.
As this undead seems to get up onto its back legs, its actual legs, to go to attack Draxus, you interpose yourself briefly to just poke at its eye, dealing 5 damage. As a note, at my tables, if you ever want to, say you're doing your attacks, and this is for monks, you do your bonus action unarmed strike, your single one, and you're like, I changed my mind, I want to do a flurry of blows, just click it again.
Oh, okay.
And do your flurry of blows, as long as you spend the requisite amount of ki.
Understood. I'll probably hold off there because I don't know how many more we're gonna fight, but that is great to know. Thank you so much.
Yep. As you peck it, it seems to pull back a little bit. It seems to be a lot hardier than the one that you had taken out that your allies had taken out before. Its body is less decayed. Scarlet, it is your turn. Also, I just realized I need to do a thing for these.
So the blue guys with the tongue.
Yeah.
Are they attacking or are they just kind of there?
They are attacking.
I'm just gonna walk up to Draxus with the one that's like right in front of his feet still, and just like stab it with my dagger.
Okay. Do you have multiple daggers, by the way?
Yeah, because you threw your other one.
Yeah. So I have.
So, where would I see that?
So you would scroll down to your inventory, and where you'll be able to find dagger. If it has a 1 to the left of it, then you only have 1. If it has any other number, like 2 or 3, that shows that you have multiple of these.
You only got the one. You're gonna have to shoot it instead.
Okay, never mind. I only got the one. So I'm just gonna grab an arrow and like stab it, and then pull the arrow out.
All right. We will roll that as a dagger attack, but that arrow will be spent. It will break. All right. And 18 hits for 4 damage if you'd like to subtract one of your arrows from your inventory. So it has been expended.
Will you do that? I'm not really good at doing that.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. You stab into it, and it takes a blow. It seems to be seeing that it has multiple sources of meat in front of it. Seems to be getting excited. Lothar, what are you doing?
Yep. Second flame.
Fair enough. All right. roll me some damage so I can roll a dexterity save. Ooh, 8. Big damage. It unfortunately, however, is able to dodge out of the way before the radiant flames take hold of its body. As it jumps back briefly, only to redouble its efforts, going to strike towards Jaraxxus here soon. What would you like to do?
Move to right here.
All right. Moving behind Ginkgo in order to back him up if needed.
Exactly.
You have all the cat
I can get
paladins.
Draxus and Ginkgo from here.
And this one's really
Finally, the last.
Actually, can I go here instead so that way actually I can get 4 different people if need be?
Yeah, I don't know what you're.
I'd
planning.
already planned it there. Well, I was going right here so that way I'm in touch of 4 different people.
This last one, less in a loping fashion like an animal, but more of a sprinter's run, begins to start launching its body towards everybody else, unable to get to the rest of everyone in time. It lines up with the other 2. The top of the order. Who would like to roll me a d20?
Not doing. Nope. Too late.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, don't take mine.
With a 2, Chris, the ghoul behind you, the undead behind you,
Tris.
lets out a shuddering breath.
Behind me?
Yeah, the one that you had taken out before.
Oh, this brother?
It lets out a shuddering breath, begins to pull itself up before collapsing, completely expent.
So that was
Good.
almost horrible.
Told you we needed to burn them.
Ginkgo.
Do it, Mr. Hellfire.
I mean, hey, I took care of mine. I made sure he wasn't getting up again.
Yeah, your sword specifically allows that, though.
See, told you it wasn't entirely evil.
Oh, there it is. All right, Ginkgo. You hear the whizzing of an arrow flying towards you. From above the parapets, you see this skeleton wielding a bow. Does a natural 1 hit?
No. I'm an armor class of 16.
So with a natural,
A natural 1.
I think
will
her
always-
monk ass can grab it out of the air.
I technically
Enough.
could. That's an ability, but I don't think
That is an ability.
It's
However, a 1 is so bad that it just goes way too wide. As you hear the snap of bowstring as it breaks. As this skeleton starts searching around and picks up another bow off to the side. That's that skeleton.
I do have deflect missiles, so I can like catch things.
Only if it actually goes to hit
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You need to roll damage.
But I do have that.
Yeah.
So I have to roll damage?
No, if they were to roll damage.
Okay.
Because it says if you reduce the damage to 0, it says you can use your reaction to deflect or catch a missile when you are hit by a ranged weapon.
Oh, got it.
You weren't hit. They were very bad at that. All right, so this ghoulish figure is still chasing down his prey. Scarlet, what would you like to take an attack of opportunity as it goes past you? going for Lennar.
Yes.
All right. How do you attack it?
I don't know.
Same thing. Arrow as a dagger.
Arrow as
With
a
what
dagger.
are you attacking it? You pull out another arrow to stab it?
Yeah.
You do have other weapons. You pull out another arrow to stab it?
What's a javelin?
All right.
Oh, like a
Roll me an attack
yeah.
with the
Use your
dagger
javelin. Use your
and
javelin.
expend another arrow from your thing.
No, I'm gonna javelin. I forgot I had
Alright.
that.
You pull out a short spear, a javelin, and you ready to stab it as it goes by. Roll an attack with your javelin. With a 22, you deal a blow into its side, causing it to stop right as it gets to Lennar, and then turn its head backwards towards you.
Back.
You have caught its attention. Lennar is no longer its target. As it now goes here to take its swipe at you. However, Lennar is right there, so he gets to take an attack of opportunity as well.
Burn
Which he
the
is
thing.
going to not. He saw what it did to how it got Scarlet's attention, and he said no thanks.
Thanks, buddy.
He's seen you stand up to things that he would not be able to stand up to. You think he's a fool?
Yes.
All right,
Rude.
Scarlet. Does a 24 hit?
Yep.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. Actually, no, you don't. You don't need to make me a Constitution saving throw. You specifically don't.
Is it because she's part undead?
Perhaps. However, you do
Okay.
take 12 points of slashing damage.
Well, I'm at 20.
And with that, its turn has ended. Lennar is going to back up behind Obi and peering over his hip, because Lennar is tiny as all get out. He is going to see that Triss and Scarlet are making it easier to hit this guy because he is very much distracted, and he is going to take out his crossbow and he is going to attempt another shot.
Lennar, you better fucking do it.
An 11 will unfortunately, however, miss.
Lennar.
I'm trying.
He is reloading behind Obi, using Obi as a almost meat shield.
I'm just picturing him stealing Obi's arrows instead of using his own.
Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. No, I'm kidding. Triss, as you go to start your turn, you catch the scent of this decaying figure before you, and bile rises in your throat. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. You're able to swallow your bile, and you've been around worse.
Nope.
You steel yourself, and you are immune to whatever effect is surrounding this creature. You may proceed with your turn as per normal.
I have brothers. I'm used to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, let's... Fuck it. Use a hunter's mark on bad breath over here.
All right, so he is double marked. Make sure to add a wrench to your token. You can do that by clicking your token, and there's a circle inside of a
Yes.
circle. You click
Yes.
that,
Yes.
it'll open up.
I did it.
All right. So let me go over to this guy and get him a second mark.
Okay, so, sword, sword.
Hell yes.
Yeah. So on that first one, because it's also the first strike of your turn, because you get dreadful strikes, I need you to roll me. This will be your total damage. Adding everything together, you will get 4d6 plus 2d4 plus your dexterity in a single hit.
How do I do that?
/roll space 2d6 plus 2d4 plus 3.
2d4 plus 3?
Or sorry, 4d6 plus 2d4.
Well,
I'll just add an extra 2d6. So just do another /roll 2d6.
What I'm talking about.
So yeah, you just dealt 26 damage with a single blow.
suit is nothing.
And then you get your second bonus action attack, so which will be another 2d6 plus 3 because of your hunter's mark.
2d6 plus 3.
So you dealt 26 plus 8 for a grand total of my math is taking a moment. 34.
I don't math.
And just do this. Minus 18. 8. Minus 8. Almost as soon as he gets up to you, you are able to very quickly cut him down with such an impressive display. How would you like to describe your butchering of this corpse?
I have my 2 swords, so I kind of just want to I want to be like Zoro from One Piece and do something really cool. I don't know. I'm not good at describing things.
You're fine. With a flurry of attacks that to a passive observer would almost seem as if Triss was wielding more than 2 blades, almost like a third one was striking out, even though there is no third blade. She's able to carve this undead into almost like she was cutting up an onion. It's very much diced into bits as it falls down dead.
I'm just picturing like Captain Buggy just splitting apart into pieces.
Yeah, pretty much.
Buggy.
Jaraxxus, at the start of your turn as you go to fight, you need to choke down bile. As this thing's stench is great, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. Alright, you seem to be able to push away whatever it is. You may use your bonus action, because it died, to move it to a new target. Your hunter's mark to a new target.
I say the one right in front of me.
Alright. Sorry, I forgot to say. Triss, are you going to move for your turn, or are you staying where you're at?
Oh, so is it just these 2 over here?
That's the only 2 that are left, and the skeleton that's pelting you with arrows from above.
Where's the skeleton?
On top of the parapets. You'd have to attack him with a ranged weapon or fly up there and take him out personally.
Could you just push him over?
You could push him off.
I
Yeah,
want
there.
to fly up.
All right.
Which parapet, though?
he's been moving along the walls. So you just need to move 30 feet. Ah, crap! I accidentally got myself out of the game because I scrolled sideways on the laptop.
Sounds like
Oh no, we're trapped.
You're trapped. Should be trapped.
No, we're
Yeah,
just trapped in the game.
if I swipe too quickly sideways, it kicks me out of Roll20 because it's thinking I'm trying to go back on my page. All right, so getting to the skeleton, we'll just say you can fly up 30 feet and this round, and then 30 feet the next round, and you'll be at them. So I don't really have a place for them; they're just on top. There's a way to get on top, even if you didn't fly. But yeah,
This is
so
why I
you're gonna
wanted to
fly 30
scout
feet
the
into air.
perimeter.
You're gonna fly 30 feet into the air. Triss?
I said, mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. All right, so go into your thing where you found the wrench, and you should be able to scroll to the bottom, and there should be a pair of wings with a halo. If you add that to your sheet, to your token,
Pair of wings with a halo.
yeah, if you hover over it, it should say Angel Outfit.
Yep.
All
Is
right.
the wrench still there?
Yeah, the wrench will still be there.
Okay.
Rather than just clicking it, hover over it. Then you need to
sorry.
press the number 3, since you are 30 feet in the air.
Work?
That's how you get your markers with numbers, if you ever need a marker with a number. All right. Now, sorry, Draxus, it's your turn. You moved your hunter's mark over to the new one, the still alive one in front of you, and you were able to choke down the bile that had risen in your throat. You seem to be able to push through it. What would you like to do for your turn?
Well, since I didn't manage to actually use any of my hunter's mark last time, I'm going to attack the ones right in front of me. If they all 3 stayed in front of me, I was planning on burning them all, but they didn't.
You can still use your burning hands.
Yeah, but then I'm not hitting
those.
as many.
I mean, it's still multiple. However, your hunter's mark will not benefit the burning hands.
Oh, that's such a lovely roll.
A 9 misses. As you debate unleashing your rage or cutting down, and you decide to cut down, but it's not a good enough strike as it goes wide. You still have your movement if you'd like to move.
No, I'm kind of boxed in, plus I'm not give him a chance to attack me back, which he's about to get another one again anyways.
Mm-hmm. All right. The thing in front of you all turns, and it's going to take a swipe at Ginkgo. Ginkgo, does a 12 hit?
No.
What?
All right. As it swipes towards you, and you are able to dodge out of the way before it makes contact, and it's its turn.
You'd rock it.
Obi, you're up.
What was that?
That was me coughing.
I thought it was a sneeze. I'm sorry.
I'm going to move over there and fire off a shot at this zombie behind what has the hunter's mark.
All right. You ready an arrow and you fire off. A 23 will hit for 4 damage.
Yeah.
An arrow sinks into its shoulder. It turns and looks at you. Ginkgo, it is your turn. Unless Vobi would like to use his bonus action to dash or anything. Ginkgo, at the start of your turn, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. As this thing in front of you radiates a foul stench. You're able to push through it. You were able to help out in the war. You were around dead bodies that had laid in the sun, stinking far worse than this thing before you.
I am going to attack the one in front of me. I am going
Alright.
to do my quarterstaff and then an unarmed strike after that again.
Alright. A 16 will hit. For 8 damage.
Could you die
I
quietly,
really should
please?
get a drink.
Yes,
For
go
8
get a drink.
damage. And your unarmed strike to follow it up. A 23 will hit. This
I
thing
jab again
looks-
with my beak.
This thing looks quite worn. But it still has some unlife left in it. Pretty much. Alright. Is that your turn?
Yeah, because I think I'm just going to stay here. Yeah, I'm just going to stay here because then we're going to have to kill the other one.
Alright, Scarlet. As you start your turn,
Stabby, stabby.
you're able to shrug off whatever this thing has that's affecting it.
Which one?
That's affecting your others for
Which one?
Javelin.
you're able to,
Stabby, stabby.
you don't have bile rising up in your throat.
I'm just gonna stab the long tongue one right in front of Torque again with my javelin.
Alright. Actually, no, I read that wrong. You do need to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I just hit Constitution, right? Of course, I get 6.
As you go to start fighting it, the stench of this thing seems to permeate the air around you, get into your nostrils and your throat, and it almost feels like breathing in acidic fumes. As you start coughing and hacking, your eyes watering, this thing, it reeks so bad that you are now poisoned. So what poisoned means, it is a condition in 5e. All of your rolls, be it an attack roll, be it a... actually, I don't think saving throws are at disadvantage. So you will roll twice and take the lower number. This is until you are cured of this poison, or until enough time passes that your body naturally pushes out the poison.
Yay!
Alright.
So what would you like to do?
I'm still gonna stabby with my javelin at the guy in front of Herky, or Duraxis.
Alright. So make me an attack roll at disadvantage.
I don't know if I do that.
I got you.
Or you could just... Good boy, Loki.
Jeez.
Brother, go get a drink.
A 17 will hit. But I will narrate that after I get a drink.
Oh boy, Loki. I know you don't have to swipe it that much to cover it, buddy. But
My apologies, everyone. I do not wish to die a slow and hacking death.
I'm not gonna pay.
I should have had a drink ready, but I drank it all. You push through the
Well, how does that
burning
make
in your
sense?
throat and the watering of your eyes.
What?
He poops,
This
covers up the
thing,
poop, and then poops
it
again.
needs to go down as you stab into it with a
Or pee, I
javelin,
can't tell, I think it's
despite
pee.
being accosted by this
How does that make
thing's
sense?
aura of pestilence.
No, he's
Dealing a
moving.
significant blow. This thing looks like it should be able to topple over at any moment. Is that your turn?
Babe, is that your turn?
Yes.
Alright. Lothar. It's your turn.
I'm gonna try to Sacred Flame the one in front of Drax again.
Alright. Roll some damage so I can roll some saves. Seven damage. But unfortunately,
Mother
it seems
effer.
that these things are quite dexterous, able to dodge out of the way quickly. Some sort of unnatural speed pumps through, or some sort of unnatural power giving it speed pumps through its veins. Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, because nothing I can do for a bonus action right now. I'm good. That's it.
Alright. This ghoulish entity, having gotten the attention, or having been struck by Obi, launches itself towards him in an attempt to strike down the last one who had attacked it.
Oh
Obi.
God.
Does a 9 hit?
Oh fucking hell.
Negative.
Tell me what happens.
This thing bears down on you, trying to press you against the wall so you have no escape, but you're able to dip and dodge out of the
Check
way.
his butt when
Its
you're done,
claws
when you're there.
just catching air above you.
I think it's
Ginkgo.
Oliver's butt.
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure it's
Another
Oliver's
arrow
ass.
is aimed towards your way as the skeleton knocks his bow and fires at you. Does a 16 hit?
My armor class is 16, so I don't know if that's
Yes,
technically.
That means a 16 will hit.
Okay.
Ginkgo, you will take 4 damage unless you'd like to catch that arrow and redirect it.
I do want to catch that arrow.
So,
Figure out what I gotta do.
show me the deflect arrows. Alright. So, what's your dexterity modifier?
I think my modifier is +3.
So, your level 3 plus your dex mod 3 equals 6. That's already above the 4 damage it dealt, so you just catch it normally.
Yay.
So you reduce that damage to 0. So you can, in addition to that reaction of just taking no damage from this arrow, you can, if you so wish, spend a key point to redirect that attack against one of these people here.
So I have to do it against one of the two on the ground, or could I?
You can send it back at the skeleton if you wanted.
I'd like to try that.
All right, yeah. You
Okay.
do have an enemy within 5 feet of you, however, so your attack would be at disadvantage.
Oh, then I'll just use this to stab this guy in front of me.
It still would be at disadvantage.
Oh.
So long as you have an enemy within 5 feet of you, your ranged attacks are at disadvantage.
Could I just stab him with the arrow instead of releasing it? Just question, like, straight up question.
I like the flavor of that. I'll allow it.
Should I just do it as my dart piercing damage then?
No, you count it as the thing that fired at you.
Okay, so the
Nope,
4.
it counts as a monk weapon.
Oh, okay.
So it would be the same as your dart, since your monk weapon is at D4 at the moment.
Okay, so do I have to roll to hit, or do I just roll damage?
You can just roll a unarmed strike if you want. You still do need to roll to hit.
Okay.
$16 will hit, so roll some damage. As this arrow comes flying towards you, you take the opportunity to grab it, spin, redirecting the inertia of the arrow, and as you pirouette around, you take the arrow and you stab it into this undead's neck, piercing through it and leaving a splatter of black blood across the ground on the other side. This thing looks like a stiff breeze could blow it over. However, it's its turn. And it's going to look at you who have dealt so much damage to it. And it's going to attempt to try to take you out one last time. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Ginkgo, as its claws sink into you, you feel where its nails dug into your flesh. Your blood begins to turn icy and cold as you start to lose feeling in your arm, and then your elbow, and then your bicep, and then your shoulder, and it spreads throughout your entire body as you begin to feel every joint lock up and you freeze stiff. Oh, in addition, you also take 11 points of damage.
Gross.
I would like to rage.
Alright. Lenar's turn. He sees all these people, but he sees Obi facing down this undead before him, and he knocks another arrow, and he squints against the sun, and he's like, I can do this. I can do this. He is going to fire another crossbow bolt towards this undead. And a 14 will hit, actually. Dealing 5 damage.
Oh,
Obi,
now
as this
he
thing
wants
bears
to do
down towards
good.
you, an arrow stinks into its ribs right below its armpit. As its black blood splatters out, and it seems to have taken a chunk of damage. Lenar starts reloading. And he looks over at you and says, Are you alright?
For the time being.
Let's hope it's for a little bit more than the time being.
Triss, it's your turn.
Well, if this thing would hurry up and fucking die again.
So, how far away is the skelly?
If you want to get within melee of it, you need to be another 30 feet towards it. Well, if you want to just shoot it from the air where you're at, you can as well. So we will say that it is, for the sakes of purposes, right here. So I'll just drag its hidden away token over to that area. There you go. Except it's on the parapets. You want to drag yourself over to it? Actually, it'd be technically here. Oh well.
Foot then.
It'd be over top of the parapets.
We're gonna sword again.
All right.
Can I
Are
put
you
my
gonna
hunter's mark on that one now?
It will cost your bonus action, so you won't be able to get your offhand attack, but yes, you can.
Yeah.
All right.
Do that.
It is now marked.
And
With
then
a
short
hunter's.
sword. Ugh.
A 12, unfortunately, will not hit as it throws the bow that it's using up in the direction of your short sword as you carve down, and he parries it away almost as if he was using it as a quarterstaff.
Rude. Okay,
His
just gonna hang out.
His mouth, the teeth clatter against each other almost as if it was laughing, but there's no sound able to come from its throat. Draxus, what would you like to do?
I swear, if I miss this fucking thing again, I'm gonna get irritated.
Sounds like you already are.
I swear.
You swing your sword down once again, but this thing jumps out of the way, even as close to death again as it is still fighting.
No, I'm using my inspiration. It's hurt too many of my friends at this point.
All right. Use your inspiration.
It only makes sense. Like, I mean, it just freaking halved Ginkgo's health. It's just been standing there laughing at us.
Its tongue swirls around its entire bulb head, and it goes to bite towards Ginkgo. Its last fight, the last of its fight in it. It goes to bite down against Ginkgo, its neck, reaching out, almost extending as if the bones in its spinal cord were separating just so it could get closer to Ginkgo. You take that moment and cleave its head off.
I need to make sure that damn thing didn't get up again.
Stop it.
Leaving it dead. Let's get rid of him. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, for now, since we only got the one left to worry about, I think. Or would using Divine Sense to see if there's anything else around us count as a
Divine
bonus
Sense
action?
requires an action.
Okay. So question though, what technically counts as like fully hidden? Like if there's more in that building, would I be able to tell if they were within that 60 feet, I think?
You would not be able to tell because they are behind full cover.
Okay.
I know, buddy. I don't know what his
However, if it'd be like Obi is stealthed from you right now, but you do that and he's undead, you'd be able to sense, oh, he's right there. Even though he is stealthed, you know now. Because he's not behind full cover.
Come back, buddy. Or go to dad.
But yeah, that's the end of your turn.
Does he have poopy butt? He's standing on
Obi,
your laptop,
what would you
by
like
the
to
way.
do? It's the top of your turn.
No, he's good.
Swing at the zombie again to try and finish it up.
You wanna come
Alright.
back? You can come back. Stop being a dick. Come on.
A 7 will not
I love you.
strike
I
true.
love you.
Alrighty. In which case, disengage to get the fuck away from it.
He is in a fucking
Alright,
mood
you
today,
disengage
man.
and move back. Lenar's he's just done with loading loading his crossbow bolt, and he gets ready and looks at you running back, and he says, I don't blame you.
Even even
Ginkgo.
Loki's like looking at him like, damn, dude, what's your
Your
deal?
body will not respond
I don't know,
to your
just kind of
willing it to move as you are locked up.
He knows every time my dad mom comes
You feel the cold from the fight
yeah.
seemingly turn to a burning sensation as that cold numbness almost starts to get so cold that it hurts. I need you to make me another Constitution saving throw. You take a breath and you breathe in, willing your body to fight through whatever this is, and your fingers begin to move again as whatever this is, you are shaking it off, but that bite still burns. And that's the end of your turn.
Oh, could I not use Hand of Healing?
You can't.
Ah.
Fighting through it costs your entire turn. Scarlet, what do you do?
Hold on.
I'm holding on.
Like cliffhanger?
Yep.
With bated breath?
No.
I'm gonna shoot it with a crossbow.
You'll have disadvantage because it is within 5 feet of you.
Okay, I'm just gonna stabby.
Alright, with the javelin, I assume?
Yeah.
Alright. Make me an attack roll with your javelin.
Is it still disadvantage?
Oh no, ask him.
How did I know that was coming?
Is it still disadvantage, right?
It is not disadvantage because you're using your javelin as a melee weapon. Javelin is a short spear. It is still a spear. A 22 hits for 4 damage as you jab the short spear into the same place where Lenar's arrow hit it, causing the wound to spread ever wider. Lothar, it is your turn. Sorry, Scarlet, is there anything you would like to do with your bonus action or movement?
No, I'm good.
Alright, Lothar, it is your turn.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Ginkgo.
Ginkgo. Alright, roll me some Cure Wounds. Ginkgo, you heal 5 points of damage as Lothar's healing his touch with the... Do you believe you described it as a radiant light flowing through from your holy symbol to your hand?
Yes.
I remember. As his touch hits your shoulder, the burning, cold numbness seems to fade and recede. You're still kind of hurting from where it hit you, but it seems to have receded for now.
I'm gonna
Is
move.
there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna move to here.
All right. This undead turns to the prey that's closer. He's going to take a swing at Scarlet.
Of course.
Scarlet does a 20 hit.
Yes.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. Actually, no, you don't. Not for this, you don't. However, you do take 6 points of damage as its claws dig into you. Triss, the skeleton that is before you, drops the bow that it's holding and pulls out a rusted short sword. It attempts to stab into you.
Hang on.
Yeah, I hear him. It's over here. I'll grab it. Sorry, our cat's having an asthma attack.
Take care of the baby.
I got it, babe.
You got it?
Yep. It's captain.
It's alright, buddy. I know you're scared. I'm scared.
If you didn't have such defective lungs, you wouldn't have to do it, my child.
That's why I tell Perky every time.
I know. I know. I know. It's not fun. Mama. Mama.
Good boy. Good boy. There you go. I know it's scary.
Huh?
Sorry about that, guys.
No worries.
No need
Take
to
care of the baby.
apologize.
Is it bad?
He is our problem child.
In more ways than one.
He was a farm cat. He's supposed to be the most hardy of all of them.
He is. But he is not.
Alrighty. So he did what? He stabbed me?
Yes, he
Oh.
pulled out his short sword and he turned around and he said, "I don't like you being up all in my grill," and stabbed you. I'm pretty sure a 17 hits.
It hits, yeah. That is correct.
You take 7 piercing damage, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
That didn't work. Go. And then a constitution. Yeah.
You are able to maintain the concentration on your hunter's mark.
Yep.
That is that skeleton's turn. Lennar is going to attempt another shot at this undead. 14 will hit for 8 damage. This thing,
Lennar.
this undead, Scarlet, you are right there next to it. His arrow strikes into this thing's skull, but it's not quite enough to take it out, as this thing looks, honestly, even more dead than it was before it got back up. But it's somehow still kicking. Triss, what do you do on your turn?
Stab it. Slash it. Pierce it, whatever.
Alright, you have your attacks.
Oh.
7 will not hit.
I used up all the juju.
A 10 will not hit.
Getting mad at it.
So you attempt to strike twice into it. Doesn't seem to take as your short swords strike into the gaps between its ribs. Draxus, is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna squeeze through and try to finish this thing off.
Alright.
As long as I don't roll another freaking 1.
Alright. With a 15, you are able to definitely finish it off. As you stab into it. Actually, you don't. Your sword doesn't have a point. It's an executioner's sword. You don't stab into it. As you bring your sword up, cutting it from the bottom of its jaw to the top of its head, it falls down, dead.
The end may be blunt, but if I am angry enough and the corpse is rotten enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Obi, it is your turn. You see Triss fighting a skeleton. The skeleton you can aim at, but it is going to be a hard shot. You would like to fire at it. Or if you'd like to do whatever else.
I can't see it.
Yeah, it's at the top of the parapets.
Are you coming back? Are you down with your pity party?
So,
Back?
down there. See.
Come on. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to attack it from there.
Done.
It's on top of this. It's not actually where it's out on the ground. I just put it there for purposes of where it's at. Since 3D maps are not a thing in Roll20, unfortunately. I'll put you back where you were real quick. So, if you'd like to try to take a crack at that skeleton, you can. Or if there is something else that would strike your interest of something you would like to do right now, you can also do that.
So is this the I have to browbeat you sometime for you to be nice? Apparently.
What would you like to do?
So even though the way this thing is like that, I can't see it. I
Don't
still
yell,
can't.
he's being nice.
You can, yes. Yes, you can still try
Would
it.
that
You
be
can
with
still take a
disadvantage?
crack at it. Its armor class would be raised because there's stuff in the way.
Alright, fuck it.
So it has 3/4 cover. I will say, however, if you don't move, you can spend your bonus action to use the rogue
aim.
feature, Steady Aim. If you want to roll some advantage for that,
Oh yeah.
take another crack at it.
I honestly haven't had much chance to use that, so it's like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's why I was reminding you. I'm trying to help look out. So a 19 will hit. We'll take that original attack. You do get sneak attack. There is an ally within 5 feet, and you did have advantage. So, ooh, that's some spicy damage at 17 total. However, even though the arrow clangs into its skull, it's not enough to take it down due to the fact that these things seem to be able to take some piercing damage pretty well.
Thanks.
Alright. You don't have a movement in or bonus action because you used steady aim and you did your action. Alright, Ginkgo. You have your faculties about you once more. What do you do?
Trying to decide if I want to heal myself more or if I'm going to throw. Can I throw a dart at the? Because we still just the only one that, and he's up in the air. Is that correct?
What is your It's not, he's not in the air. He's on top of the parapet.
Oh, okay.
What is your dart's range?
It says 20 over 60, so I don't know.
All right. So that 20 over 60 means you can attack something within 20 feet with your dart using your normal, like you don't have disadvantage. 60 means that is the furthest you can throw that dart for it to still be effective. But you'd have disadvantage on the attack. Because he is up at the top of the parapets, as well as behind some cover.
Spider climb up the wall.
You can try.
Zombie off.
but it's gonna be at disadvantage, and he's gonna have some cover bonuses.
I'm gonna use my action to use my Hand of Healing. Use 1 key point.
All right, can you show that? As an action, you can spend 1 key point. All right, yeah. So that'd be 1d4 plus your wisdom.
Okay, my wisdom, I believe, is +3.
I do believe you also have a healing potion you were given if you'd like to do that instead, so you can save a key point. Or if you'd like to save the healing potion for a later time, you can also do that.
I don't see a healing potion in my. I think maybe I ended up not taking it.
No, when we divvied it out, I didn't take one. You got one instead.
Oh, okay. I guess I just didn't add it to my inventory because I thought I don't know.
That's fine. Make sure you add it. If you use your action to do a healing potion, you just get the 10 hit points that it can possibly heal, or you can use a bonus action and roll for it.
I'm just
So
gonna. There's nothing. I'm not gonna worry about throwing something because it's probably not gonna hit, and I'm just gonna lose one.
All right. So yeah, just if you want to drink that healing potion, just get your 10 back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So I'll change the thing to 0.
You should be back to full then, based on what I'm looking at your hit points. Yeah, you quaff this healing potion. It is very herbal in its flavor, kind of bitter, but it gets your blood flowing, and you look down at your arm, and it seems to be accelerating your natural regeneration. So you'll come back to full.
Yay!
Scarlet, what would you like to do for your turn?
Huh? Spider climb up the wall and finish off the zombie.
Scarlet?
I guess I'm gonna spider climb up the wall and finish off the zombie.
Terrifying. Sounds good. Your movement to... Let me do some maths. That's 20, and then you'd have 15 left to get to. Actually, you can do angles. That's 20 or 15. I'll say you'd be able to spider climb up to it. You'd be just below it. You'd be like able to grab its shoulder and like rip it off the parapets if you wanted.
I shall do that.
All right. Grabbing its shoulder and ripping it off the parapets. Rather than making an attack roll, you're going to be making a grapple check if you wanted to do that. So you can make me an athletics check. And it can counter with athletics or acrobatics. A 9. It barely is able to pass as even you grab hold of its shoulder and pull off its shoulder blade. It just detaches.
Thanks, Ben.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
It would have been cool. Lothar, what would you like to do?
Oh, I'm gonna cast a guiding bolt at its face.
May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
It does not have guiding bolt will make an attack roll, which you would have. It would get cover from.
It has cover up there.
It has cover because of it's behind archer parapets.
Screw it. We're just gonna Sacred Flame at it then.
Sacred Flame is just a save. It doesn't get
And
any bonus from it.
I know, but Guiding Bolt's 46 though. That's the only
I
reason I
mean,
was wanting to do it. But
if
no,
you
with
wanted-
cover,
if you-
the disadvantage makes it to burn a spell at disadvantage.
That's
still worth
what I
it.
was like.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
I'm trying to help you there.
Nope,
Sorry.
100%. I was just wanting to, pump it into it. All right,
If,
cool.
if you wanna, I'm not gonna stop you.
No, I forgot it had cover against me from up there. So yeah, I'm just gonna Sacred Flame.
Yeah, it'd have 3/4 cover, so it'd have an additional 5 to its armor class.
Ugh. It's my whole attack.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame, roll me some damage so I can roll some save. I am so sorry. Everything's passing your deck saves.
I'm actually rolling decent damage on Sacred Flame tonight, guys.
You
okay?
are.
So this is not on me. Look, guys. This happens to everybody. Okay, like this is,
This
happens to everybody.
skeleton lives quite another round, and it's going to look back at Scarlet and attempt to use the short sword to stab at her hand, hoping that she will fall.
Scarlet, I tried.
Does a 16 hit?
60 hit.
Should.
Scar does a 16 hit.
Yes.
You take 8 points of piercing damage as a blade stabs into your hand.
Yay.
And that's its turn.
I'm sorry.
Nora is going to scooch closer. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Get a good angle on this thing. He's going to start aiming toward with his crossbow. Then remembering that Obi's shot didn't seem to do enough, he drops his crossbow, takes a breath and concentrates, and he is going to attempt a bit of magic. And hit. Dealing a very pittance of damage.
But he did do damage.
You see that even though it hit, it was a glancing blow at that. Triss, it is your turn. This skeleton is halfway over the edge, its teeth hacking in a silent laugh as it goes to rear back and stab down at Scarlet again. What do you do?
I'm just gonna lay there and accept my fate.
I'm gonna get my quarterstaff, and I'm gonna bap it on the head.
All right. Take your quarterstaff and tap it on the head. All right. Make me an attack roll.
Bap.
A 19 definitely hits. Roll me some damage. You literally turn its skull into dust with that.
Bad skeleton. I don't know why I did it twice. I'm sorry.
You also need to roll me a d6 because you're Hunter's Mark. Not that it matters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it matters.
It-
Oh no.
And
no,
an
no, no, it
additional
matters.
d4, and an additional d4 from your psychic damage. So that is a grand total of 8 plus 3 for 11, doubled because vulnerability for 22, plus 2 for 24 damage.
Bad skeleton.
It had 4 hit points left.
It would
I
have
would
died
like
if it failed its save.
It
To-
would have.
Gather up some of the dust.
You
Put it in a pouch.
You take your quarterstaff and you bear down, cracking its skull, and then its ribs, and then its spine, and then its tailbone, and you Do what Draxus would have done with a sword of splitting it in half, but with a blunt weapon.
I'm just gonna lay on the ground.
You crawl down and you lay on the ground, Scarlet. Very much in pain. Initiative is finished. You all have movement as you would like. Looks like Triss, Draxus, and Scarlet are in pain.
I'll let Lothar handle it. I was gonna say, I'll do cure wounds. I think that's what I have.
You do have cure wounds.
That's okay. Lothar got it. Who else is hurt?
Scarlet is pretty bad off.
Pretty bad off.
All right.
Remember, guys, you do have consumable healing.
Yeah. How much?
I'm just gonna lay here and take a nap. Right here.
How many pots do you have?
Pot is shorthand for healing potion.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, I have none. I just have cure wounds.
Scarlet, how many potions do you have?
Hold on, I accidentally closed out on my thing.
All right, Draxus and
Ask him.
Draxus and Triss, leave the wrench on your character.
Roll 20 like crashed on me.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to cast. I got 10 minutes
All right.
to cast prayer
Yeah.
healing.
All right. Yeah, you can cast prayer of healing, and
All right, I'm gonna cast prayer healing.
you've got the 10 minutes. It's quiet. The only thing that is around is the whispering of
Shit
wind.
rolled.
How many potions do I have?
You have 2.
Everyone who is missing hit points can heal 10.
I have 2 potions, by the way.
All right, you heal 10 from me.
Did you get it open?
Triss, you should be back at full. Drax is at full. Might want to chug one though. Let me
I
go
can do
ahead.
cure wounds.
Well, hold up. Before you do that though,
Mm.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to use my harness divine power. I'm gonna regain a spell slot,
Sounds good.
and I'm gonna cast cure wounds on Scarlet also.
All right. Scarlet, you will heal an additional 9. All right. So
Are you tracking
everyone
my
but Scarlet is at full. Scarlet, are you going
I
to
got you all healed up.
take any healing potions, or are you fine with where you're at?
I think you got 25 out of 31.
32.
32 health, yeah. Do you want to drink a healing potion or wait?
I'll wait to drink a healing potion since I'm at 25.
All right. What would the rest? All right. Now that this little reprieve is over, what are your next steps?
I'm gonna come
try to
over
get in
here.
that church.
I'm gonna search these areas for fun stuff.
All right. Make me an investigation check.
Ooh, I want to investigate for fun shit.
Make me an investigation check.
Yeah, me too.
Only up to 2 people can do this.
Dang it.
I have a +3 to investigation. Anyone else want
Lothar has already rolled, so
Yes.
Both got a 16.
how I'm doing skill checks, if you have multiple people going, only 2 people are allowed to roll at most.
I understand that.
Just so everyone's not like, oh, he failed, I'm gonna roll. Oh,
Oh
they
yeah.
also failed.
I mean
I'm
that's
gonna roll.
very fair. Would anyone else rather roll? Otherwise, I do have a +3 for investigation. Anyone else have a better modifier?
I was gonna say, if you roll, I'll also give guidance.
That I will allow that.
Okay, what does guidance do?
Yeah, no, I don't have shit on investigation.
Guidance allows you to add a D4 to your roll.
So what I do, like /roll D20 plus D4 plus 3?
You would click your investigation, then you would just add, then you'd do /roll 1d4.
Okay.
And then you'd be able to do /roll 1d4 on top of that. So that's a 26 total. Well, just take all the information that I have, don't you, Ginkgo? It's everything. You see the world.
It's with my third eye.
All right, Ginkgo. As you are searching through the remains of the orcs, trying to find anything of value, you do realize that they do have some. They have pouches, and then inside the pouches, you assume is money. In terms of like, this is where you would keep your money. This makes sense for there to be money, but it's rather than it being coins, it's like shiny rocks and such.
Ooh, click clacks.
You realize that seems to be like very minor gemstones and such. You find on all of them throughout, you find 6. What are they called? They are a thing that I am blanking on.
Stuffing things?
Yep, stuffing things. You find 6 different gemstones. If you'd like to roll me, 6d12. Just because, let's get some flavor in here. Alright, so that is a 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. So, you find hematite, which is an opaque and gray-black gemstone. You find a small bit of lapis lazuli. I don't think I need to describe that one for you.
We can go enchanting.
You find a little bit of malachite. It's opaque and has striated light and dark green throughout it. Find 2 moss agates, translucent pink and with yellow, white, and it's mostly mossy green. Almost looks like it's made of moss, but it's a stone. And finally, you find a little bit of obsidian. It's like a little flake. Looks like it might have been from Mount Hotnow, which is a volcano to the north of here, near Old Thunder Tree. If you'd like to add those to your sheet as 6 6 minor gemstones.
I would say we should probably set the one on fire that I didn't kill, so it doesn't get back up ever again.
Do I find any healing potions or anything just in the rubble?
Looking about through as well throughout, can you roll me or somebody? Can you roll me a D100? Any one of you. $40. Alright. And I need one more D100 from somebody else. An 18. All right. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Yes. You would be able to, as you're searching about, you do find within the rubble what looks to be an old priest. Their robes tattered, and the only way you're able to tell that they're a priest is because their dirty, moth-eaten, very tattered robes still bear the insignia of a cleric of Lathander. Or not Lathander. I need a reminder. I'm blanking. Crap. Brock.
Yeah.
The god of the rack. Who's part of the Trinity?
Oh, yeah, Ilmater,
Ilmater.
Torm, yeah.
A priest of Ilmater, the god of martyrs.
It's Jesus.
Yeah, pretty much. You find a case, and looking inside the case, you find a bit of old paper. Taking it out, you unfurl it, and your eyes widen as you realize that this is some sort of a arcane scroll.
Can I read it, or do I need to pass it to my husband?
You'd need to make me an Arcana check, or because of the origin of this, a religion check, to see if you know what it is before anything else. Like, you can tell it's a powerful magical scroll. It actually has an energy about it.
I'm gonna do Arcana, just because it's literally the same as religion on for my rolls. So I'm gonna do Arcana.
Sounds good. With a 19, you realize that this is a spell scroll that has within it a spell of Revivify.
Brock just got really happy, so he's doing a little dance.
That can be helpful.
Alright, so that means one of us has permission to die now.
No, not. No,
Not die. Not die. No dying. Revivify. It's not like a resurrection.
It's a resurrection.
Is it?
So, Revivify is, we'll say this is being explained by probably Lothar.
Yep.
You would have heard of stories of more powerful clerics, generally in the ones that reside in bigger cities, being able to raise people from the dead. You know that the longer someone has been dead, the harder it is the harder it is to bring back the soul and coax the weave to allow their body to reaccept the soul into it. Revivify is the first step into being able to take that power and get it to almost anybody who needs it. However, Revivify only allows you to do that if that person has passed within the last minute. You have 1 minute to get somebody back alive.
And I'm assuming in Fit that it works the same way, that if it's on a scroll, I don't need the components for it, correct?
That is correct. However, it is used one time.
Yep, but it's a hell of a one time, though.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all might want to hand that to either me or Draxus. Those two people need to be holding that.
If you ask me something, let me know. My computer crashed.
Wait, crash?
This is not a, we can go find the old great king of ages past and bring him back.
This is like our immediate party.
This is, I'm breaking out the defibrillator.
Yeah.
Clear.
Well, actually, Rangers can cast Revivify too, so.
So one of the things I do in my games is anybody can cast from a scroll. You do not need to have the spell on your spell list.
Oh, okay, cool.
However, you do need to make a check if it is not.
Okay. So, okay, so it's not on my spell list directly, but it is a divine spell. Do I still need to? I still need to make the roll even if it's not on my spell list.
Sorry, I should have clarified it. So, if you are of the level where you can cast it and it is a prepared spell, it just happens. It just does it. If it is of a prepared, like if it is you have the ability to cast it but you do not have it prepared, then you need to make a check. If you do not have who left?
Oh, I typed out Bailey's computer decided just now, right now, this second, it needed to update.
If your character does not have the ability to cast it, whether it's not like it, you can't prepare it at all, it's not going to be on your spell list at all, or you don't have enough, like you don't have the spell slots for it, then you need to make a check, and that check is going to be a little bit harder.
Well, at that point, because Revivify is a 3rd level spell, I don't have 3rd level spells yet. So if shit hits the fan before I level up, then we have issues.
Yeah, it's not a so how I do it is if you have the here I'll write it out fully for you to make it easier. If you can cast the spell, like at the moment, there's no check. If you can cast the spell, but you don't have the means to do so, like I don't have the spell prepared, but I have the spell slots for it, then the check is 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay.
If you cannot cast that spell at all, be it by spell slots or not knowing it, or via spell slots, like, or not the same class, whatever, however it works, then it is 8. Or, sorry, not 8. Then it's 12 plus the spell's level. So
Okay.
I'm basing it, like, off of proficiencies and stuff.
No, that's fair. No, sounds good to me.
Yeah. So, next level, if you prepare it, it's just an auto cast. You're good.
I got.
If you
I don't get 3rd level spells until 5th level, so I got.
Or sorry,
2 levels.
5th level.
Yeah.
So, if it's 5th level,
I'll keep it prepared though.
you'll have it prepared, and you have that scroll still. It just happens. If you don't have it prepared, but you have that scroll, then it's a 13. If you were to try to cast it right now, it's a 15.
Huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be an oh shit button that once I hit 15, once I hit level 5, I'm 100% keeping it on me.
And because it is a scroll that it comes from a religious source, you can choose to be an Arcana or a religion check. If it was a druidic source, it would be Arcana or Nature. If it's a like wizard spell, it's just Arcana. I'll write all that down if needed.
So what do you need to be able to do to put a spell onto a scroll like that?
You need to have
that's yeah, that's a lot.
Inscription.
No.
So you need the requisite materials. So you'll need to buy pretty much vellum, which is a high quality paper,
and then 300 gold piece diamond.
Specifically for that spell, yes.
I was gonna say 3 pieces of ink, but okay.
So, out of character, if you want to start making spell scrolls, you need the following. You need Arcana, or if you are part of, like, if you're a druid, you'd need Nature. If you're a cleric or paladin, you'd need Religion. But you need a spell, you need the skill tied to however your magic is cast. If you You've got that. Then you also need vellum and special ink made for making spell scrolls, and then time. And the spell that you want to scribe down, you have to know it. So, Draxus, for example, say you wanted to write down your Shield of Faith spell on a scroll. You would need to get 100 gold pieces worth of vellum and ink combined, so like 50 of each. You would need to have Shield of Faith prepped. You would expend the spell slot when you are creating the spell scroll. And then you would need anything that spell scroll or that spell requires you to cast. So like Revivify requires a 300 gold piece diamond. That gets expended. You eat it effectively. It goes away into the ether. And it's used in the casting of the spell scroll. And then you also need to make a check. And if you fail that check, all that stuff goes to waste.
My mind went to like cure wound scrolls, if that would be handy.
Yeah. So the reason why it goes to waste is so you're not just like, I have 47 cure wounds scrolls in my backpack.
Yeah,
because that would get ridiculous.
But Drax, that's the reason why I'm trying to make the I want to make the cure wound wand.
Yes, if you end up making a full-on magic item that is not a consumable, like a scroll or a potion, you want to make a wand or magic armor or something like that, those do last and can like refresh their charges.
And then also, instead of the cure scrolls, we've already been starting to do the planning on making cure potions for the group too.
Yeah, healing potions.
Mm-hmm.
Can I look for colored glass for Lennar?
Yeah, you can.
For glasses?
You said that you were going to do that. Considering your investigation check earlier, I will say one of the orcs gathered those shards of glass to use as money, so you'd be able to just take some out for Lennar. However, the pieces that he gathered up, all of them are different colors because he was just grabbing one of each. So you have shards of broken stained glass of all of the colors of the rainbow, but no two of the same color.
We're gonna make him 3D glasses, is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying choose the two colors that his glasses are gonna be made out of.
Can I ask him what works the best for his eyes?
He looks up.
I've never had glasses.
Can I just start holding up glasses? Okay, left or right? One or two? One or two?
After a bit, he settles on the fact that he really likes the hues that things look like when they are in what's the color? Red?
And blue?
No, not blue. And the other one that he chooses is
I mean orange, because that would make sense. That's very close to red.
Orange.
Okay, do I have to roll to see if I'm successful in creating these glasses?
You have the materials. You're going to have some downtime.
Okay, like a long rest, I can make them.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
But I will allow you to make that with the jeweler's kit. All right. So we'll all this stuff going by has been about with the minor rest and all that, and Ginkgo looking around. We'll say it's been 20 minutes. So Draxus and Triss, unless you'd like to drop concentration on your hunter's marks, they are still active. You can if there's another fight that comes up, you can be like, he's marked. or you can drop it if you so wish. If you feel like you're not going to need it.
I mean, I'll keep it. It's not gonna cost me anything to keep it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My dear Scar, may I suggest you to maybe hang back a tidbit before we bust in this door?
I'm gonna stay with you, Scarlet. In the back.
All right, Draxus, Lothar, do you push open the doors?
I say push it open very slowly and try to peek in.
I was just about to say the same
Do we
thing.
stealth? Do we stealth? Do we try and find a window in, guys?
Okay,
like, what do we do?
I can stealth.
This guy
Yes,
doesn't
you
stealth, okay? We
Do
learned
we-
this.
Obi, do you
Okay,
and I
hold
want to
on.
like stealth and we go around? Like, I'll go left, you go right. We go around the outside of this building and we see for windows and see.
Well, what I was gonna say is I can go to stealth mode. Draxus and Lothar open the door just enough for me to sneak in, and I can survey the area before a rescue come in.
Two trailer girls go around the inside.
Maybe we should allow Ginkgo to search to see if there's a window abode. It shouldn't take him but dearly a moment to see if he can gather intelligence for us to go for. At the meantime, we will crack it open, and instead of peeking your way in entirely, maybe you should just peer an eye forward into it, and the two of y'all can discern our current situation.
All right, Ginkgo. We'll do Ginkgo's first. So Ginkgo, you start rounding the building. You had originally thought to do this idea before when the battle, before the battle broke out.
She's making
As
one of our
you
glasses.
go throughout, I'm just going to drag you to areas of interest rather than
Okay.
have you move your token throughout. So you notice that there is a opening in a wall. One of the walls have collapsed, and you have to scramble a bit to like get over this rubble, but it's traversable. It's probably it'll impede movement, but it's not impossible to go through. Peering in through that area, you look to see what looks to have been once quarters where beds are half broken and depleted. A few of them look like they were beginning to be used for the orcs. There's like a patchwork blanket, partially sewn. One of the beds seems to have been fixed for the most part, but all of these seem old and broken. You do happen to peer in, and there's a couple of more religious things piled into this corner where next to one of the beds where it looks like they just gathered shinies. Don't know what this is. It's shiny. I want it, kind of thing. You do notice, however, as you are peering into that area, actually, you wouldn't notice. You don't have dark vision. You only can see what the sun can shine on. Would you like to continue going around?
Yes.
All right. Moving around. Sorry, I'm not placing you there. I'm just. I'll do this to have you go around. You do notice a pile of corpses. It seems like the orcs were gathering up the bones and starting to clean up this place. Some of the weapons off to the side have been taken and set off. Like, they might be able to use this. This might be useful, kind of thing. In the back, you see flowers regrowing as nature tries to reclaim. And as you round to here, you notice more camps that were set up, and more dead orc corpses. You continue.
Because it's more tense and more orc corpses, I am going to go back and report my findings. Can I sense if they noticed me, like they're gonna rise or anything follows me?
Make me a perception check.
Oh, that's garbage.
You feel like you're not noticed.
Well, shit. I get to go back the way I came and report about the broken wall, that it's dark inside, and also the other camp.
You circle around, you come back. You all learn about the camp to the south.
Yay.
So Obi's turn. Stick your nose in there, buddy.
Back to the little line where you were. Please don't go through my doors without permission. I was gonna remove it for you. There you go.
Okay.
Alright, peering in, you see the cold stone of a main chapel area. Pillars line the sides of the walls, and it seems that while this area is dilapidated, it's mostly intact. Anything of real worth seems to have been taken out of the area. There's still some things that are about. There's a table set off to the side with moth-eaten cloth, and as the sun peers in through the open doors, do you close them behind you?
No, I leave them open.
Alright. The sun peers in through the open doors. It illuminates a figure standing at the edge of the doors to the back, stock still. As you move, you realize it's not a figure, it's like a person made of ash slammed into the door and left their imprint. Similar to what Triss had seen the night before. Although, Triss, did you tell him about that?
Yeah, I told them all about it.
Yeah, so it matches the exact same description. They seem to be on the wall, or on the doors, further in this away. In fact, I will bring them to the correct layer so you can see where they are at. Come on. No? What do you do?
So it's like completely unmoving right now, right?
Yeah, from your perspective, it looks like almost like a shadow on a wall, but it looks like a shadow on the doors. A flat, two-dimensional shadow on a wall, or on a door. You almost thought it was yours for a moment until you move and it doesn't.
So we talking like from Hiroshima and Nagasaki victim right there?
Pretty much.
Alright,
In fact, actually, with the doors open and because Sun, you have out of character dark vision. If you do not have a light source, you see things in black and white. You do have a light source, so you would actually be able to see that around this part here. So all throughout here is scorch marks.
Okay.
Cool. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Before I go and tell the others, I'm noticing little passages off to the side here.
That is correct.
I'm just gonna do like a quick peek through there to see if there's anything like immediately there that might be a threat before letting them in.
All right.
And possibly have to fight this alone.
All right. Hold on. Go back.
Hungry for a pizza?
Come ahead.
Go back. I need to do something.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to see what you were seeing. Yes. As you get to there and you start trying to stealth, I need a stealth check.
Oh, my bad. I still had advantage.
A 16. With a 16, you'll start stealthing. You walk by another one of those imprints of somebody burned their ashes against the wall. Actually, it's right behind where you are. They're in the corner. As you walk by, stealth doesn't seem to do anything.
Wait, so it's not just the one in the back right here? There's
Not just the one.
Fuck.
It doesn't notice you as you walk by.
Alright. Okay, instead of checking both of the hallways, I'm just gonna check this one on the left, or on the... It would be Obi's left, but... And it's just a door.
It's a door. Do you open it?
No.
Okay. As you get there, however,
Fuck.
as your passive perception, you do notice a third of these burned silhouettes.
Okay, I'm getting tired of these dementors.
This one, however, instead of being completely stationary, almost seems to like the ash pulls from the wall and starts moving. As you notice them move, it looks like some sort of a woman in a long dress that reaches to the ground, carrying a plate of something. It's hard to tell with the shadows. She moves in towards this door and just passes through it.
Alrighty then. It is at this point that Obi just decides to meet with her others before any more these shadow people pop up.
Alright. Obi returns to you.
Obi just kind of returns, stone-like look on his face. There's a lot of those ghastly beings from the other day in there. It's like they're just plastered on the wall.
My dear boy, do you have any other further details? How many are there? How large?
From what I've seen, there's at least 3 in there. Just
well,
a large room, nothing much in terms of what's actually in the room other than some stone columns.
I just want to ensure that before I walk into a lion's den, I'm not wearing a chest of meat.
Step through the door, there will be one immediately to your left.
My dear sir, I'll take your word for it before I start putting myself in them situations.
I only seen one of them moving, and they went down, or rather, they went through a door.
My dear boy, one of them moving, that's entirely different than what we had seen the other day with them plastered onto a wall.
Did they look the same?
But pretty much.
You would know that these are the same things that attacked Triss when she was defending the horses. They
the
are.
Only one
They
I've
look
seen moving is.
Well, my dear, so where I'm standing right now, can I see the figure in front, or without dark vision, I can't see shit, right?
The sunlight would probably reach to there, yeah.
Okay.
Just barely.
So I can see that there is a figure standing there.
Yes. Well, standing there is not standing there. It's more of like their Hiroshima, Nagasaki ash against the door.
Combined with, was it the second or third Pirates of the Caribbeans with the Davy Jones motherfuckers, like literally stuck to the side of the ship and having to pop themselves off it?
Yeah.
I'm seeing what spells I got.
Here, I'll do it. I'll put it like that. That way you guys can get an idea of that they're literally on the wall.
Well, there's
Hang on.
3 of them and 6 of us.
My dear sir, numbers are not the only thing. A roll of the dice can also alter our fates.
I mean, technically speaking, they can.
Fucking YOLO. No, yeah.
Out of character, before we go any further, it has been 4.5 hours. I've added a half hour because I was cooking throughout that time. So it's been about 4 hours of play. I'm sure you all would like to go do other things. You'd like to call it here. It is late.
I mean, if it works for everybody else, yeah, it's been a good run for the evening. We can sit there and before we jump into this battle galore that I think we're about to be looking at.
I was gonna say, if we're calling it, we could pull out and then go take a rest. We did get in a rather large fight.
Oh, you would like to just pull out and rest for a minute, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if we go back, we could. I mean, that's the thing is, I'm pretty sure they noticed us. But yeah, we could go back, get a long rest. I can make the glasses, but I don't know if we're actually going to get a long rest because, again, I think they noticed us.
But it's better than nothing.
I mean, those things didn't notice us technically. Obi did sneak in and right back out.
So, I'd say, yeah, let's go back to Conberry, and then that way we can sort of get an evening's rest of sorts. I mean, I've got plenty of spells left, but I'm running out of tricks up my sleeves, though. So do we want to go back to Coneyberry? It wouldn't be but a short ride on the cart with the horses.
I say so, and we may as well come back in fresh and clean. Zombies are gone.
I'm whatever. For now.
I agree. Let's creak that door closed. I like that concept. Yeah.
Right. I will reclose the door.
It's not like they're going anywhere.
Motherfucker, you know undead. They going everywhere. So that's why I wanted to make sure that I have my channel divinity turn undead available.
Do you?
You damn right I do. I ain't guide strike today, so that means I still have turn undead. I was holding that beast.
All right.
Yeah. So Coneyberry.
Agreed.
All right. Then, by the time you guys get back, Draxus and Triss, your hunter's marks would have faded. You all will return to Coneyberry. And that is where we will end the session.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Your horses were fine the entire time, by the way.
And no one.
I am not the DM who will just like, oh, you walked away from your horse for 3 seconds. Looks like a giant eagle ate it.
To be fair, 2 of them came with us.
Yeah.
They all came with us, didn't they?
I mean, unless we lashed the one or the other one, I only knew that people were riding 2 of them.
Yeah. I kind of figured you wouldn't ride your horse into the ruins, so I took you off. I did not add them to the thing.
Oh, better believe I'll be riding it in once I can summon one.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Speaking about that, is that still a thing?
What?
So, back in the day, like, you'd be like a 3rd level paladin and do like 60 damage in a round. Or 60 damage in 1 hit. With the lance, charge, your spectral horse.
So, in 5th edition, you get your horse at 5th level, not 3rd level.
Oh, God.
But there are ways of getting ridiculously high damage numbers very early.
Yeah,
for
like,
anything.
Yeah, because like the lance had a ×3 crit, and then you had your charge bonus damage, and then you had like your paladin smiting ability. Like you added it all together, and like 60 damage in 1 hit at 3rd level was, yeah, that happened sometimes. It's cool.
At 3rd level, using point buy and all the like the most strict of DMs, you can get a rogue that does this at 3rd level. That's a very low roll. That is 4 ones on that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just remember. I just remember in 3.0 whenever like I was talking about the shurikens, it was so broken that like you'd have house rules where you just couldn't do it.
Or most things tend to kick off at like 5th level or 6th level for in 5e. You can get stuff earlier, but like you have to really, really try for like getting things earlier. You could do this one at I'm trying to think of how, if it is possible. Yeah. No, you could do this number with a warlock if you built it correct. I'm calculating stuff out.
No, I'm laughing at a bookmark that I just got set.
Level 3 warlock, if built properly, would get you
That right there is
yeah,
the damage
I'm
I was
calculating.
about to say. Right there, that was the damage I was dealing with my Goliath Barbarian at level 2.
Yeah.
3d6 plus 7.
What are we doing right now?
Level
Just
3
thinking of a
warlock
session. We're
built
taking a rest back in
properly,
Tony's
and
Bear and going back
5e
next
can
time.
do this at level 3.
Hot damn and a half.
Yeah. If there's a difference between a normal game and a power gamer, that would be a power gamer setup.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like I said, my Goliath Barbarian, like I min maxed for the strength, so I had a 20 strength. And back in the day, as you know, you had strength and a half when rolling two-handed. So I got plus 7 with a large great sword doing 3d6 plus 7 damage at second level.
Yeah, a normal game is not going to see numbers like that until late.
No, like you can do it, but like I feel like that takes a lot of the flavor of a game away too.
Yeah, like stuff like that. I'm okay with seeing on one character in a normal game or every character in a power gamers game. But like, I don't want there to be like half the party does that, the other half doesn't. And even with one, it's like, okay, just don't pull it out super often and we're okay.
Yeah, because I mean the thing is though is that it's not fun. Honestly, to me, it's not fun, and because like the hard part with the DM when running an encounter is that you want there to be the look, we're badasses, but also at the same time, oh shit, we might not make it. Because if you just run through and clean through everything, that's not fun. To me, that's not fun. Like I need the feeling that maybe it won't work out.
I'm okay with the we're just cleaning house kind of thing once in a while for it to be like, oh my gosh, this thing that we encountered super early that we're just like breezing through. Like, for example, one of the games I was in, it was like, oh no, we've encountered bandits. We're level 2. Those bandits just kicked our butts. 4 levels later, we return back to those bandits and we're like, these are the same bandits in the same bandit camp. Why are they just jokes? Like, something like that where it shows you your growth. I'm 100%, completely fine with you just breezing through something like that. Or if the dice just say, yeah, they're having an easy day today.
My dice never say that, and when my dice do say that, your dice say they don't say that.
Apparently.
I was finally rolling good. Like my Sacred Flame was finally rolling good all day, and I was like, yeah, I couldn't hit with a single one of them. I was like, damn it.
Ginkgo, if you'd like to do the glasses, can you get me a jeweler's kit check?
Do I just click it?
Yeah, just click it. It should query. This I'd say would be a dexterity-based thing. Oh no, a 12. It's a pretty easy check. You make him glasses.
Yay. And then I did a touch of healing on Scarlet to try and get her topped off to full because I'm already going to get my key points back. So yeah.
Nar likes the glasses. He tells you that while it doesn't help if he's like in super bright light, it'll help if it's like at the beginning or at the end of the day. He gets a little bit of extra hours that he can fight at primo time.
Yay!
But like any time where the sun's high in the sky, he's still gonna be bad.
Like between like 10 and 4, or like, you know,
Pretty
10
much.
and 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
What if we were able to make him like straight up like steampunk goggles?
That might help.
We'll look for more stuff for that.
Would the long rest remove Scarlet's poison, or do I need to use my lay on hands beforehand?
Oh, her poison was gone.
Okay.
Yeah. When that thing died, it seemed to, and she had a moment to take a breath, and she was able to clear out that from her.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click that, but I am clicking Lesser Restoration for tomorrow's spells, though.
Might be a good idea.
Taking Continual Flame off and putting Lesser Restoration in its spot.
I'm really not a fan of the fly sound.
The fly sound.
Yeah.
I mean, when we were fighting the undead stuff, it like made sense because like maggots and stuff, and hags, I guess. But yeah, it's a little unnerving when we're resting because it's like, why do we have flies? We just dealt with a fly problem here. We don't need it we don't need it in the game.
I mean, hold on. Let me do something.
Oh, I also really enjoyed looking at the new book.
Which new book?
Zandalar.
Zandalar.
Yeah, guide to everything. Yeah.
Oh, Xanathar's guide.
Xanathar, yeah. I was sitting there flipping through it yesterday.
All right. Here. You didn't like that?
You know what I want.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I can't find that. I know. I'm pretty sure I have it.
You need to hear the best D&D music.
What, Through the Fires and Flame?
No. Better. If you can find it.
I found it. I'm adding it to the game.
Back in the day, we actually used to do instrumental jazz in the background when we played D&D.
Nice.
Here we go.
It's been in almost every D&D game that we've been in. Good shit.
Alright, yeah, I'll be good. See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a wonderful evening, all. I like this song, by the way.
It's good. Bye.
To lose.
See you.